Hey, what's good? Welcome everybody back to another episode of the Gamers Show live stream. I'm your host, Fred Y, baby. Alright, so look. First of all, I want to give a special shout out to my homegirl Coco. It's her B-Day today. I want to say hello to everybody in the house. She's about to go out and get lit up. Well, not lit up in the sense of drinking and stuff like that, but she's about to go out and live her best life tonight. So everybody in the chat, do me a favor, say happy birthday to Coco. What's up, John? And before I start anything, I got some 411 to drop on you. You dig? If you would like to know what hardware and software we use to do our streams, you need help with starting up a stream of your own, or if you would like to share play one of the many titles that we currently own, head over to the website, log in and become a member, and click on the live stream tab in the upper right hand corner. There you will find all the information that you need to know. Alright, so that we got that out the way, man. This is a series that I'm going to start doing. It's just a rambling series, man. There's some stuff I need to get off my chest. Hey, if this is your first time watching the stream, it can get really graphical, and a lot of curse words can air. So if you're under the age of 18, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Just get your parents with you and watch it together. Alright, so let me cut the music for a second. I just thought about doing this today. So I got it. Where the hell is the volume? Okay. Alright, so cut the music. So, like I said, some stuff I want to get off my chest. Shit like that. It could be a series of things. And hopefully everybody on the Facebook side, you are able to see this. Let me do this so you folks on the Facebook side, I can make sure that everybody can hear me and all that good stuff. All right, hold on. All right, good. Yeah, everybody in the room wish Coco a happy birthday. Thanks, Aunt. Thanks for wishing her a happy birthday, man. So all night we're gonna show some love to Coco. Everybody wish her a happy birthday because she's watching. And like I said, her and her folks getting ready to go out. What's up, Miss Josie? I don't know if you're still watching. What's up, sis? Keisha. I don't know. Keish. If they're watching or not, but happy birthday to you, lady. Get some shit off my chest. What do I want to get off my chest? There's a whole lot of shit, man. You know, from where I was a couple of years ago, I'm in a better place than what I was. It's just a lot of stuff that happened in a couple of years that really got your boy down, but if you never go through adversities, man, you would never know how to bounce back and come out of it. What's up, Eric? And it's just a whole lot of shit, right? So I'm not gonna give too much information on the shit that happened to me today, but my mother called me and was hysterical and said, you know, some shit came to the house and and it kind of fucked up my mood for the better part of the day because I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Every time I take one step up, it's always something that's going to knock me back down. But I got some clarification of it and I ain't got shit to worry about. So I'm good on that. But that's some shit that just went on, man. Oh, R. Kelly. Let's talk. If y'all got something that y'all want to get off your chest, man, please call me at 301-494-1795. I would try to get you in and you can voice your opinion online, man. This is going to be a weekend series that I started up. Normally I'll do gameplay and stuff like that, but you know, to switch it up, you know what I'm saying, some shit like that. Again, all night, everybody wish Coco a happy birthday, man. R. Kelly. R. Kelly. R. Kelly. What the fuck do we want to say about this dude? Like, with R. Kelly shit, I will admit that I listened to his shit after the allegations of the acts that he did. So I'm part of that problem where you take over great music for the bullshit that people do. And I slapped myself in the face. Thanks, Eric. I slapped myself in the face because I knew I shouldn't have did that. And as a man having a daughter, I should have known better with that. But for all you fools that still support R. Kelly, and I might lose some subscribers to the show for this, if you are a mother, or you are a father, or you are a parent or whatever, and you have a daughter, if you support R. Kelly so much now that all this shit came out, let your daughter go spend the night with him. Fly your daughter out to the studio and let her stay a couple of weeks with him, if you're that confident. And you can't blame these victims, man. As a father, I would have fucked R. Kelly up off the strength. I would have went to Chicago. I would have gotten that fucking hotel. I mean that studio, and I would have fucked him up. I would die trying. I would have probably got my ass whipped by a whole bunch of goons, but it wouldn't have been a situation where, oh, nah, Fred didn't do nothing. Nah, I would have fucked R. Kelly up. You hear me? So that's what I would have done as a father, and not even as a father, as a person that has friends that are females, friends that have daughters. My family is mostly females, and you know, whenever the shit hit the fan, I'll get a call. I'm like, Fred, I'll get that call because they know I have no fucking common sense. You know what I'm saying? And especially when it involves females in my family. So if anybody ever disrespected or did something to my females, I would probably be in a court case right now, because that's how strongly I feel about my family. And when somebody calls me, I only get the call when they run out of different options. It's like, okay, we're going to let his stupid ass deal with it because we are pissed and we want some type of results. So that's the type of, that's when I get the calls. Now, everything that happens in my family, that happens to, you know, one of my cousins and stuff like that, I don't get calls all the time. It's only when it gets too much to bear for the person I'm getting a call from. So, hold on, my mother in here. Mom, wish Coco a happy birthday. Tush, Ma. So, oh, maybe your stuff isn't buffering. Maybe refresh the page, Ma. Jeez, man. So that with the R. Kelly situation, I would have fucked him up off the strength. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I wouldn't have been in that situation to let my child go with that dude. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have caught on quick. You know, if my child wanted to go and she wanted to pursue a music career and R. Kelly was the one that was like, look, I could take your daughter to the next platform. I am an overprotective father, right? So I would have been there every step of the way. She wouldn't have been in the studio without me being there. And I know people say, well, that's impossible and stuff. Nah, dude. You just don't know how overprotective I am, right? I'll tell you one incident that happened. I was at work. I was working at a car dealership, right? And her my daughter's mother had called me up and said that some dude in the neighborhood had pulled a knife out on my daughter. So I'm at a car dealership. Matter of fact, I was working at Dark Car Lincoln Mercury, those old rip-off motherfuckers. So when I got that call, I was in front of customers getting a sale, right? So that was probably my first sale for the week. When I got that call, what I did was I got up.
I didn't even tell the motherfuckers I was leaving. I got up and left and went to the house. And now, fortunately, I live like right down the street from Dark Cars. But when she gave me that call and said, the dude across the street pulled a knife out on my daughter, it's like, and I'm out, and I'm in the neighborhood now. I'm waiting. I'm like, oh man, I'm not waiting for his father to get home. I went to whip this little boy's ass, and then when his father came home, I went to whip his ass, because if you pull the knife out on my child, that, I don't care how old you are, that's an ass whooping. You understand? So I know what type of father I would have been in that R. Kelly situation. She wouldn't have been in the studio nowhere near him privately and saying, well, I want to work with her and all this other stuff, and you need to leave. And nah, dude, if I can't be here, she can't be here. It's just the bottom line. Now, I'm not blaming the parents of the victims. I'm not doing that in no way, right? All I'm saying is that I know what type of dude that I am, and I know how I would have carried that situation. So that's my take on the R. Kelly thing. And then listening to his music, I don't want to hear that shit no more. And every black cookout that you go to, or every black event that you go to, especially like a wedding, or you know what I'm saying, just a, you know, weekend cookout, you're going to hear something by R. Kelly, right? Step in the Name of Love, everybody get up and do the step dance and stuff like that. Graduations, I Believe I Can Fly, and all that other shit. Nah, I don't want to hear none of that. It's one thing to be accused. Okay, you can accuse somebody of doing something. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he did this, that, and the other. But when you have concrete evidence and proof, and multiple people saying the exact same thing, that should give you that should open up your eyes. You know what I'm saying? That should open up your eyes. And okay, Coco, my mother just wished you a happy birthday. So that would have opened up my eyes and been like, nah, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel about the R. Kelly situation. Some other shit you want to get off my chest. What's up, Dunn? I'm sorry. My main man, Dunn. So just to let y'all know, I'm simul streaming on Facebook, Twitch TV, Mixer, YouTube, and Periscope. So I'm streaming on 5 platforms simultaneously. So some of y'all can't see the chat from the Facebook people can't see the chat from the other people that's on there, but everybody's chiming in, and it looks real good. But like I said again, everybody wish Coco a happy birthday today. Oh, there you go. Done. Oh, that's Rack. That's who. See, you change your name so much, bruh. You know what I'm saying? My main man, Dunn. He in this joint, man. What's up, Dunn? How you feeling, brother? Yeah, man. That's one of my R. Kelly. Okay, R. Kelly's sister. I haven't followed any of the other stuff by R. Kelly since that documentary came out, so I don't know what his sister said or anything like that. But if y'all want to call into the show, man, call us at 301-494-1795, and somehow I'm gonna have to get that phone hooked up to the mic. So that's if you want to go on air, or you can call Facebook Live, but I didn't set that up because this was a spur of the moment type thing. So yeah. What else do I want to get off my chest? Now, I'm pretty open with you all on social media, or not really social media, but the people that watch the Gamer Show and that type of community. And when I tell y'all stuff about, you know, personal things that goes on or that's going on with me right now, I try to share it for experience or somebody that may be going through the same thing. Maybe they can help them out. And one of the things that that I still am suffering with. It's the depression part of it. And my man Ant that's in the chat, he knows firsthand about it. And it was something that I kept to myself for a long time, right? Um it all started with my man Drew. My man Andrew. Now I'm gonna say I still am because we brothers are still together. I'm in a group called the Outer Limits, right? It's a rap group, but yeah, I know it's like you in your 40s. Why you still rapping? We don't perform and stuff like that anymore. We have branched off and moved on to other things. I've been doing the YouTube and the streaming and the gaming stuff. But when my man died, that took a piece of me musically, that creative side, and that kind of like put it aside. So first it was me and my man Keith. Him and I started the group. The group started, man, this was like in the 90s. The group started off as Night and Day. Basically, he was light skinned and I'm dark skinned, and that was the name of the group. Then somebody from his neighborhood hooked us up with a good longtime friend, man. My man Mike Thompson. He hooked us up with him, and he was a DJ, a producer, and he was in the band. And we changed our name to Straight Out the Box. We did some performances. We did some openings. We were on the radio. So I mean, we were looking to get signed. We had some people that were going to sign us. It was this studio, this record company that was on Pennsylvania Avenue, but for some reason we didn't sign with them because it was like a bootleg type. I don't know, but long story short, Keith and I, we had just went our separate ways, and I was still doing the solo thing, and then I hooked up with this dude named Frog, which was Drew's cousin, and I met him actually when I went off to college, right? And then when both of us got out, we had linked up and we did a couple of tracks. We performed the local DC circuit, and I was just doing a solo joint. And then I met his cousin, and that was Andrew. So me and Drew started linking up, and Drew, I'm telling you, Drew was like Tupac, man. This nigga, he would just write constantly, all the time. Drew was the type of dude that he would put a verse, he would just write a verse for no fucking reason. And then, like, if I came up with a title of the song, he'd be like, oh, damn, I got a verse that's going to match that, or a couple of verses. And that's how that started. And then he had introduced me to my man Ant, right? So between the three of us, we all had like 3 different styles, man. We had 3 different styles. I mean, out of all 3 of us, I think Drew was like the lyricist, man. He was the best lyricist. Ant had that like Wu-Tang type style, right? And I had that, like, I would say Ice Cube, Ludacris type style. But Drew, he was like, he was the man, you know what I'm saying? And when he died, a piece of my music career died with it. I was like, man, that was really troubling, because the way that it happened was we had performed for Hip Hop for the Homeless, and in our rules we were like, yeah, because Ant is in here too. Our rules were we weren't going to drink before we got on stage, right? Because we had to rebuild the Outer Limits brand, you know what I'm saying? And Drew had got real nervous before every performance. He would just drink. And I just got fed up with it. Like, we had performed this song called Crush It. And he was all over my lines, and then he was all over Ant lines. And then we had just came to a decision. I was like, Drew, you're going to have to lead a group. And this was the second time we kicked him out the group. Fast forward, like maybe a month or so, I was at work. And my man B called me up. He was like, Fred, man, I got something I got to tell you, dog. He was like, it's about Drew. I was like, oh, what'd he do now, man? He was like, nah, Drew died, man. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. He was like, nah, Drew died. He had an aneurysm. His girl woke up and, found him down in the basement. And the reason why I slipped into that depression is because the last time I interacted with him, it wasn't a pleasant interaction. You know what I'm saying? This is because Drew and Ant, you know what I'm saying, they used to come over to the house all the time, and I was so comfortable with these dudes. They was around my kid, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't just bring anybody around my kid, you know what I'm saying? It was and I didn't really hang out with a lot of people, right? So I hung out with Ant, Drew, and Mike is married, Ant, Drew, and B, right? So it was the four amigos. If you saw 5 niggas in my car, I didn't know but 3 of them. I was probably giving his man or something to ride to somewhere or some shit like that. But it was a tight-knit group, and we always did stuff over the house. You know what I'm saying? Pool parties, cookouts, just come over and drink and play Madden and shit like that. That's what we did. But I felt so fucking bad when he died, man. It was like, yo, man, I left him. I let him leave this earth without really telling them how I felt about him. Like I'm secure in my manhood. You understand what I'm saying? But I love the dude. You know what I'm saying? He was like another brother. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean that part. And when I went to his funeral, man, I just he had did a track called "When I Die," right? And his mother had contacted us. She said, we want to play that track at his funeral. And when we played that track, it wasn't a dry eye in that funeral home. And when Mike, B, and Ant and I got up to speak, because they was like, if anybody has anything to say about, Drew, come up and say something. I couldn't hold it, man. I bawled, you know what I'm saying? I was like stuttering a lot, and I couldn't get my words out. I had frog in my throat, and it was just a really sad occasion. Yeah, and I think he knew that he was going to go, because the way that he was just living his life, man. He had sickle cell, and people with sickle cell don't really live over the age of like 30. You know what I'm saying? Some people survive longer than that, but some people don't. And he was in and out of the hospital, and he was like, fuck it. That's what I perceived. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I know I'm going to check out soon. I'm going to just live my life. And that's what he was doing. And I I love that brother for that, man. So, that was really wild, man. And, I share that point, long story short or whatever, I share that with y'all because you see me here today, right? And I'm still coping with that and then other things. But it makes you a stronger person, man, when you go through stuff like that. And a lot of people didn't know. Like when I used to worked at this home improvement store, not only that, I was still suffering with that, but it was other stuff that I was dealing with. And nobody knew. I hear that shit so well. Nobody knew. Now, if you ask anybody that worked inside that department store that I worked with, and you was like, what about Fred? You was like, oh, Fred goofy ass. You know what I'm saying? Fred, he just had no goddamn sense. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I had a mask on so well that people didn't know. The only time that you would catch it is when I would just be by myself, and if you catch me in a daze. And I didn't like where I was positioned at. Some of the times I was just by myself, and then I would just go into a daze, man. But I could see people out the corner of my eye, so I straightened up real quick. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the type of shit that was going on. But I just say that because somebody had called me up, right? And I'm not gonna put them out there. Some people had called me up and it was like they going through something. The one person, he was like, well, somebody referred me to you because they were going through something similar. and asking my advice for it. So to go through that and to come out, I'm not going to say come out on top, but just to come out and survive that type of depression that I was going through, it made me a stronger person, and it helped. It did something to make me help others, right? So people that go through that usually call me because I put it out there. And the reason why I put it out there, I'm not bragging about it. It's something that I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, you should brag about, but it's something out there that you can talk about and say, hey, look, I went through this, and if you're going through the same way, this is how I tried to cope with it. Now, my this is just my opinion only, right? I just can't sit up there and talk through, you know, pay $300 an hour just to chat to somebody. And what's up, Lily? And oh, just because Lily here, I'm a get into something else, right? But just long story short, man, I went through this shit and I'm just trying to help somebody else. My main man, Lily Edwards, right, in this joint. What's up, Lily? Wish Coco a happy birthday, bruh. I want you staying here, Lily. Lily Edwards, man. And Lily, I'm trying to hang out with you, dude, man. Look, every time I'd go live or something, Lily always in there, and he always supportive, man. Like when I go to when I take these trips to Florida, I do the palm trees videos. Lily loves them for some reason. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? That's my main man right there. And Lily a cool dude, man. I haven't met him in person. I've talked to him. I haven't talked to him, but I've seen some of the stuff that he's posted, and I, watch him sometimes when he goes live. But he's a big supporter of the channel and of the streams when I do it on Facebook Live, man. So much love to you, Lily. My main man. What else? What else can I get off my chest? There you go. All the love Coco getting tonight. Remember January the 19th when my birthday come back up. I hope you give me a happy birthday. Damn it. Wish me a happy birthday. What else? I get off my chest, man. What else? What else? What else? It's so much shit, man, that I'm almost kind of floored. What's up, Renee? Wish Coco a happy birthday. What else can I get off my chest? What else can I get off my chest? I know. Wow. What else? Somebody pick a topic. Oh, my man. Somebody else pick a topic. Shut up, Jimmy. Okay. Popular churches building, making money off of false hopes. Yeah. All right. So, let me tell you, when I was going through my shit, right? And I shouldn't say shit because I'm about to talk about the church, right? But there was, and I'm gonna put them out there. Now it's good and bad, but it's what church was that? It's up there by Wild World, or see, goddamn, I'm showing my age. Six Flags, that big ass mega church. I forget. Oh, marijuana versus alcohol commercials. All right, which one you want me to talk about first? Cops. Alcohol kills, but marijuana helps. Okay. Evangel. I think that's it. Remind me to talk about that, but let's talk about this alcohol versus marijuana. Now, y'all do know, like back in the day, you know where Coca-Cola got its name from? Because they put cocaine in the fucking drink, right? So they had people addicted to Coca-Cola, and that's the reason why they put that shit in there, right? And I'm trying to get away from sodas, right? Because if you people drive and you're trying to get some rust off your battery, the corrosion off your battery, you can actually pour Coca-Cola on that corrosion and it'll wipe that shit off, and then you can, you know what I'm saying, wipe the corrosion off and you can start your battery. But if that Coca-Cola can eat off acid off your battery and you drinking that shit, oh nah, bruh. That's why I'm not doing a good job at it, but I'm trying to do I'm trying to stay away from sodas. All right, so let's get this off my chest. Marijuana versus alcohol. Okay, shit. I should get something to drink right now. See, damn, I know I should have got me a fucking drink before I started this. Damn. All right. No worry. No, I got some Crown Royal up here, but it's in the back. I got some Bud Light Lime downstairs. All right, so fuck it. Marijuana versus alcohol, right? Damn. Can y'all hold on while I go get me a drink real quick? Hey, look. I'm gonna let y'all listen to the track when I was telling you about my man Ant and my man Drew. This was the last song that we did before he passed. I'm gonna go get me a beer real quick, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk about marijuana versus alcohol. So y'all hold on, I'll be right back.
We crush them, 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 we crush them.
Who you say is better than me? The question I ask. I put my voice up on the track and make that shit go flat. Never will I change, I'm gonna remain the same. And you can call it what you want, I'm like a vet in this game. I've been doing this thing since I've been getting type of changes. Up there with the Mount High Club, exchanging faces. I'm all about my money, these honeys, they come and go. So give me my drinks and my smoke and I'm ready to roll. I'm yelling ho when I see him in the streets, they looking good. I got my game up and I'm playing for keeps. I gotta stay up and can't nobody hold me down, cause this is a man's world. Rest in peace to James Brown. Yeah, that's right. Who am I, nigga? We O.L. We O.L. Who you say your name is? I think I forgot. You claiming something that you now done thinking that your spot is hot. I come around and drop a load and show you how I roll, cause life is too short to be portrayed as an asshole. You got me twisted if you thinking I'ma change up. You better go ahead before this whole game get blazed up. Don't sleep on the sides, I'm pulling heavy like a Chevy. If your crew wanted to, they can get it, I ain't standing G. I got a lot to offer, put that on my C-Mo. And if you can't stand the heat, move, cause I'm about to blow.
We crush them, 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 we crush. We crush them, we crush them, we crush. We crush them, we crush them, we crush them, we crush.
We do it oh so well.
I suited up when I'm mad, like rhyming in the studio. Mike asked me to crush this song like it was bad. I'm on pitch with this class, running based upon mass. The outer limit, show them boys, ripping it like it's jazz. Titanic 6 bags, Cadillac, wheels of cash. Cold crushing hard like dollars, the president class. Like money spent, I crush, I'm a hustler. Put side off glass, it's spoil your rhyme against mustard. Rolling like Serena, I got the U.S. Open. Sean Taylor should've lived through these guns of hard hope. Like business around the clock, on the streets like coke. I crush it, I'm like a wild winning candidate votes. Capitalist and mass cabinet pope. I'm tagging at the folks, killing with the beat, with the words that I spoke. Representing, going up the outer limits. We show crushing, catch that with cups of liquor. So we be screaming, ooh, let's believe it.
Let the beast loose. Just when I'm off the chain, I'm like that pit bull in when animals attack too.
break the leash, just release. I'm made from that old school model, no justice, no peace. And I'm the leader of the pack, and it's a guarantee that I can give you what you want and anything you ever need. 500 degrees, too much for the human eyes to see. And if you can't stand the heat, drop the mic and take the back seat. A new sheriff in town. If you don't follow the rules, then you subject to get laid down. I wear that royal crown. That means I rule my kingdom. I got the last say, don't like it, go that way. Hit the brakes, took the shit, thumbs up on the highway. You ain't no pimpin' tiny shit. That's what your old lady say. Took on the booster, now I gotta scream in my name. Roll the dice mode. Let it rain. You graduated to the big leagues. You hear 3 gunshots, I think that you best to leave quickly. A bad attitude and a short fuse. Don't let your family or friends get some bad news. Don't like to repeat myself.
Hey, yo, that was Crush It by Out of Limits. That was me. I was the last verse. My man Andrew, or Drew, or Nut, what we call him. He was the first 2 verses, and Ant was the 3rd verse. So it was Drew twice, Ant 3rd, and me last. All right. So my verse was "Let the Beast Loose," because when I'm off the stage, when I'm off the chain, I'm like that pit bull in when animals attack too. That was me. All right. So we talking about marijuana versus alcohol, and why are people tripping off alcohol? Okay. Cigarettes and alcohol does more damage than what marijuana does. Check this. If marijuana was so bad, if marijuana was so fucked up, then why would they give it to cancer patients? You know what the #1 problem in America is? Obesity. Obesity. It's a lot of heavy people. I'm obese. My weight. I'm obese, right? So my doctor's not recommending crack tablets, because if you ever seen a motherfucker on crack and that person weighed like 500 pounds, within 2 months, that motherfucker, he be skinny as a motherfucker. He be wearing a onesie, size 1, 18 months to 5 to 18 months. That's the size that he will be. Crack will make you lose weight like nobody business, and you ain't even gotta go to the gym. So if obesity is a problem and the government knows it, you know what I'm saying, with Michelle Obama, with the Get Fit and all that other stuff, obesity is the #1 problem in America, and crack will get you skinny. Now, I'm not promoting crack, but I'm just saying, you may say that analogy sounds dumb as shit, Fred, but I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? Marijuana compared to alcohol and other drugs like mushrooms and all this other shit that they got going out there, there is no scientific proof that marijuana does any harm to anybody, bruh. You know what marijuana does? Marijuana causes you to fall the fuck asleep. Marijuana causes you to raid the refrigerator at night. I've been in a predicament where I've stood in front of a refrigerator for at least an hour with the door open. I've experienced that shit. I've never been a person that been like, okay, man, I'm going to go out here and go in these streets and bust a motherfucking head open. Nah. Marijuana weed don't do that shit to you. Now that these kids got this other shit called Loud and Reggie and all this other shit, it's weed, motherfucker. It's just, I don't know what the Loud is and all that other shit. What is Loud? Because it stays on your clothes and it make you smell like marijuana? I don't know what the fuck that is. I know what regular weed is and shit. Now, I have not experienced a thing where I've smoked marijuana and I was like, well, man, I'm in a daze and shit like that. Weed just lifts your spirits, right? Now, I'm not even going to call it a drug because it's not. It's right, and marijuana is therapy. Marijuana, weed, or with Loud or Reggie or Snoop Dogg or whatever the fuck you want to call it, it helps. It helps you. It helps you. There was a story that I heard on not WPGC, but Tom Joyner, where excuse me, that's the beard talking. This doctor lost his license for prescribing a kid with marijuana cookies for his hypertension or something like that. All right, so a doctor prescribed the kid some marijuana cookies. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. I mean, you know, a little child, I don't see him doing that. He was wrong for that shit. You know what I'm saying? But he shouldn't have prescribed him some marijuana cookies. That's fucked up. But a lot of people, and then I heard some other shit on the radio as I was coming home, and they was like, the dog eats marijuana. These are the causes, that just trying to make it sound like real bad. So I guess dog got into somebody's stash and the dog got sick, you know, something like that. And now they trying to use the dog to bring down weed. The government is not. They're not issuing weed because they don't know how to tax it. You know what I'm saying? So it's illegal in some states. Like where I live at, you have dispensaries in the district, right? District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. But you can't do it in Maryland or you can't do it in VA. Now, I'm not sure about VA or certain parts, but I know it's legalized in D.C. and there are certain stipulations where you can't have a certain amount and stuff like that, but it's legalized. It's legalized in Vegas. I know because when we went to Vegas, we saw a lot of signs for dispensaries, and I couldn't smoke because I was going for this job, and I didn't want to take no piss test, and I'm not a big smoker anyway. I haven't smoked weed in, oh my God, I don't know how long, years. I think years. It's been a couple of years since the last time I really puffed up. You know what I'm saying? But when I did, I never got the urge to be violent. I've never got the urge to go out and just be destructive. I've never got those type of urges. Never. And versus alcohol will fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll get cirrhosis of the liver if you drink a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? White Dock, even beer. You know what I'm saying? It'll give you health problems. So that does more damage to you. But they sell cigarettes. They sell weed. They sell, they sell cigarettes, they sell beer, they sell liquor. You can find that shit in any liquor store. You can find beer and shit and liquor inside some Walmarts and some Targets. You can go to the fucking movies now, AMC, and you can get drunk before you even go inside your movie. That was the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life. I think we was in Florida. Was we in Florida and we went to the movies? It was either Florida or Williamsburg when we went to the movies, and no, it had to been Florida. Well, anywho, yeah, that's what I seen. Some beer and liquor. You can get yourself a drink inside that joint. Even Whole Foods have liquor in it. So when people talk about alcohol versus weed and they think weed is the devil and it does all this other shit, it's not. It is not, bruh. It's not. I mean, a lot of time it's just so confusing. I don't even have the words to say it. You know what I'm saying? I can't even find the words to say how marijuana does not affect your system as people are trying to say. They're legalizing this thing in certain areas. And I'll go back to the crack again. Obesity. Number one problem in America. Number one problem. But if you prescribe somebody crack, they will lose that weight in 2 weeks. They'd be skinny as a motherfucker, man. So it can't be all that bad when they're giving weed to cancer patients and other ailments that people have, glaucoma and other shit like that. Is it that bad? You know what I'm saying? If you can get a doctor note for smoking weed, and that's crazy. And then on top of smoking weed, right? Now for you people that really live in the district and weed is legalized in DC, what's up, Raiders? How is it that if you go for a job in DC and you have a DC driver's license and you live in the district, how is it that a company can still do a drug test, and then if they find traces of marijuana in your system, they can deny you the job? That shit I don't understand. Any place that legalize marijuana and you live in that state and you want to work in that state, they shouldn't fault you for having that in your system because it's legalized. I can see if they found crack in your system. Yeah, don't get no motherfucker no job and no crack, cause all your shit your inventory gonna disappear quicker than what you imagine. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't condone nobody smoking weed at work and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely right, Aunt. Um, but I mean, I think it's just they don't know how to really tax that to make it, legal worldwide, because anybody could be a weed dealer. You know what I'm saying? Like you can grow the shit in your house and sell it. You know, if everybody wanted to just quit their job and sell, well, that shit wouldn't work, because if if everybody quit their job and went into the weed business, I mean, why would you buy weed from somewhere? Where would your income come from? You know what I'm saying? So like everybody sells weed on the block. Nobody's getting paid because everybody's selling weed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I can get that. You know what I mean? But like, I mean, this shit is just crazy. Marijuana versus alcohol. Alcohol does more harm to your system than what marijuana does. Even back in the day, back in the, I would say the 60s or 50s, or whenever the Flintstones and shit came out, they actually had cartoons advertising cigarettes. So a lot of people got hooked on cigarettes from cartoons. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those boomers got hooked on that shit because they advertised that shit on cartoons. And a kid watching a cartoon, seeing somebody smoke, back in the day, it may have been different adults. I mean, adults and kids, everybody watch cartoons. You know what I'm saying? But the key market for a cartoon is a child. And I'm talking about back in the day. That's how that shit was. And they marketed that shit to kids. And now you have a lot of kids that grew up watching the Flintstones and other cartoons, and they got hooked on them cigarettes because of that. And cigarettes are a battle. Now, I've never smoked cigarettes, right? So, I can say it's a battle trying to get off that shit, because that nicotine, that shit is addictive. And I've witnessed a lot of people trying to stop smoking and they can't. They, you know what I'm saying, they try to stop for a day, but they go back to that cigarette. And it's a hard thing to get off, man. And that shit is addictive. So that's my take on that. Cancer is the number one. Yeah. Cancer, man. Yeah, that's the number one cause of the black community. I would say that. Yeah, it's a difficult subject to talk about with the cancer thing. I know some people that went through their battles with cancer, and they came out victorious. So I don't know. Said I've never experienced cancer. I never had cancer, so I can't speak on that. I don't want to speak on that too much, really, because I really don't know anything about it. I was on the outside looking in. I had a very dear friend of mine that they were going through a cancer, and I was right there beside them the whole way. Doctor's appointments and stuff like that, and I really cared for that person, and they're doing excellent now. They are doing really, really well. So hats off to that person. All right, so Renee. Oh, I got another thing to get off my chest. Relationships. Everybody that's in a relationship, type 1 in the chat. If you're married, you're in a relationship, type 1 in the comments. I know my man, and my man Ant, man. I've seen this brother. His wife. He has a beautiful family, man, and I'm proud of him. The cat's younger than me, and he has an awesome family, man. And that brother's, Ant is like my man. I want to say my man Ant, my man Mike, my man John, my man Ty. They are the role models of what a marriage should be. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to all four of y'all, man. All right, before I talk about Tupac, let me do this. All right. Man. All right. Now, me per se, I was in a committed relationship for about 18 years. And shit just went sour, right? So when I got out of that committed relationship and I started to date again, I didn't know. I was so fucking out of place, right? Like, I guess I had to start all over again, right? But like I said, if this is y'all first time watching these streams, shit get graphic. I say what the fuck I want to say, and if I offend you, I'm not gonna apologize for the shit that I said. But if I offend you, you be alright. Now, me getting back into a meaningful relationship was so fucking awkward, right? Like, you know how comfortable you have to be with a person to shit with the door open? Let me repeat this again. Do you know how comfortable you have to be with a person to take a shit with the door open? In my 18 years of that committed relationship, that's what it was. Shitting with the door open all the time. And then trying to get back into a relationship and to get that all over again. Now, I'm going to say that when I would start to get back into relationships, I kind of fucked some of them up because I was looking for that instant love connection to pick back up where I left off. So I may have been maybe too I may have been too all in, and some of that shit backfired on me, right? And then it just came to the point where I didn't pick up on I didn't pick up on the signals because I was so burned out. I didn't want to get into any type of relationships, especially I would say like maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I had my mind set on moving to Florida. Now, people that know me personally know that I talked about moving to Florida all the time. And with the certain situation that I am in right now, I'm able to do so. So every year I was like, okay, 2 years. But I am moving to Florida in 2 years. The job that I'm at right now, I'm able to save some bread to actually move to Florida. So the Gamer Show, we're going to pick up and we're going to be in Florida. And I'm not giving a time on it. I'm just going to say less than 2 years, but we will be in Florida. The Gamer Show will be in Florida. So getting the fuck away from Maryland and DC and Virginia. All right. So when I was getting back into courting, or people were coming at me, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. And I tell you, for one incident that happened, I had this lady that was, I guess she was feeling me, but I didn't know. I did not know. I didn't pick up on the shit, right? And certain things happen, like certain shit happened, and I wouldn't pick up on it. I wouldn't pick up on it. And the reason why I wouldn't pick up on it, right? I had this best friend, and it's the department store. I don't want to put her name out there, but I had a best friend, and we would always spend time together. And everybody in that department store that thought that her and I was fucking, but we never did. She used to come over to the house. She used to spend the night. We just watched movies. We slept in the same bed, stuff like that. And nothing never happened. Never touched her. Never. And she had a dude. I knew her dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he knew about like the spending the night and shit like that. But we never did nothing. I never touched her. I never did shit. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of made me like stupid on some shit. Like, I used to have some people that used to be interested in forming some type of relationship, but I would blow it off because I wouldn't, like, I don't know if this chick really, I don't know, she ain't, you know what I'm saying? I would blow this shit off. But one incident that happened was, I was actually dating somebody. And this is when we first started the Gamer Show with MikeC and I. And it was just in the beginning phase. What she said to me, she said, "You're a little show." That's what she said. And all hell broke loose. Now, this goes to people that in a relationship, being supportive of something that another person does, right? Now, totally, she wasn't supportive of what I do right now. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't something like it was a full-time job. Like, I don't wake up every day and I stream, and I don't wake up every day and play video games. You know what I'm saying? I do work, you know what I mean? But the way that she took it was, you play video games and you stream. What is that doing? You know what I'm saying? And this streaming shit, it take time. It take time and it take money to keep up with the latest hardware to produce a good stream. Now, you people looking on the Facebook side, you all are actually watching the stream from YouTube. So the way that I have it set up is I have two computers. I have a streaming computer and I have a gaming computer. And I'm running a software called OBS. So in my gaming computer, I just have the streaming of the YouTube page. So that's what y'all are seeing right now. So if it look kind of darkish or grayed out, that's why. You know what I'm saying? But she had came to me and she was like, your little show, and all shit broke loose. I stopped talking to her. I explained to her about I explained to her, like, look, this is something that I love to do. It's something that I'm passionate about. I'm like, okay, versus what you like to do, you like to get your nails done. You like to get your hair did and shit like that. Now, I don't mean to offend any females, right? But don't talk about the shit that I do. Don't talk about the streaming. And don't talk about the fucking gameplay and the games and shit like that. That's something that I do. That's something that I enjoy doing. I love playing games. I love playing chess. I love riding motorcycles. I love streaming. I love lobsters. I love crab legs. I love shrimp. That's what I love. You know what I'm saying? And to belittle what I do, it wasn't something that I would want to build with somebody that considers what I do as either childish or not interesting or not profitable. When you can say, okay, you get your hair done, you get your nails did, them nails that you put on your hand, can you, when you take them off, can you take them back to the nail salon and be like, look, can I get a credit for this pinky so I can buy some new press-ons? Oh, can I take this weave out? Can you give me like $20 for the, how much can I buy, you buy back this weave for? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit that this chick was doing, it wasn't profitable. Once you spend $200 on a dude, that's it. You're not seeing none of that money back. I can say at least if you bought a game, you could take it back to GameStop and you pay $50 for it. They give you like $2 back. But at least you're getting fucking something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just exaggerating on that. But when she said that shit, I was pissed off, man. I was pissed off, and I forgot who it was, but to belittle what I do is non-negotiable to head on. Now, let me tell you something. For you people that don't know about streaming and think that a lot of this shit is a waste of time, I urge you to look at people like PewDiePie and Rich US Tech USA or some shit like that, and Boogie 928. I can't forget, but Boogie, he bought a fucking house off of YouTube streams and donations and shit like that. And see, what y'all don't understand is when you do this type of work and you're streaming inside of like Twitch or YouTube or something like that, people give people donations because they like their stream, they like what they see, and a lot of people live off of that. So if you're getting a $5 donation every 5 minutes and you stream for about like an hour or two, add that money up and see how much that shit is. You know what I'm saying? There are some people that quit their job to stream full time and they get paid off of that. Now, I unfortunately haven't got to that point yet where I can just say, fuck this job and I'm gonna do this for full time. I'm taking baby steps. You know what I'm saying? Mike and I, the subscribers for YouTube, they're getting up there. The follows and the likes and all that shit is getting up there. It's just going to take time. It's not immediate gratification. That shit takes time. If I was doing this when YouTube first started, then I would have probably been in that particular situation where I wouldn't have to work. I would just, you know what I'm saying, just be doing this full time and I would be straight. But unfortunately, a motherfucker gotta go to work. Motherfucker gotta do a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? I got bills, I got goals, and I got needs, and I got wants. You know what I'm saying? So I can't get that with $0. That income has to come from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That money has to come from somewhere. And that's the way it's going to be. That's the way that it has to be. So with people that's in relationships, I know I got off fucking topic, but if you don't support the person that you're with, with whatever they do, that shit's not going to work out. All right. If I'm with somebody and let's say I'm with a female and she collects monkey shit and sells it, that trying to sell it, right? If I'm involved with the chick, I'm gonna be supportive. I don't give a fuck if I don't think that it's going to make anything, because you'll find that people are into some weird shit that you think that you perceive to be weird. People are into some weird shit or other shit that you know what I'm saying, think is weird. So if I'm with a chick and she was like, okay, I want to sell some monkey shit, I'm like, boo, come on, I'm with you. Monkeyshit.com. You know what I'm saying? Like, wear the t-shirt, monkey shit. You know what I'm saying? Selling monkey shit. You know what I mean? Even if she don't become a millionaire off that, even if she make $1 profit off of it, they're doing something. So, I mean, it sounds outrageous. All I'm saying is that if you're with someone, your passion don't have to be their passion. Or their you know what I'm saying? You don't have to have the passion for what they're doing. Let them do what they do. If it doesn't affect anything in the household, if the bills are still getting paid, when you come in the house and the motherfucking lights on, you eating good, you smelling good, because that water still turned on and shit like that, and a whole year go by and none of the bills are behind and shit like that, support the person, support what the fuck they doing. It's so many times that people are with somebody and they don't support what they do, and whatever they do, if it blows up and it becomes a financial gain, then they want to jump on the bandwagon. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, I'm about to leave your ass. As soon as I get that $1 million check, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just shit like that. You have to be supportive of whatever the person doing. Whatever they doing. Be supportive. Don't be a negative Nancy on somebody's dream. They can go their whole life and try to pursue their dream, and it never comes true. You can't say they can die saying I tried. I tried. Hey, ain't nobody buy all this monkey shit, but I tried. I'm the best. I was the best monkey shit seller in Maryland, but ain't nobody buy it. But you know what I'm saying? And maybe they didn't buy it, and maybe that brought you to an avenue to sell something else. Maybe you start selling donkey shit or cow shit or horse shit, and now you're making a profit. You selling manure, you're selling fertilizer. I mean, people buying your shit all over the country. You went from selling monkey shit to selling horse shit, and now you're making millions off of it. You know what I'm saying? But the person that when you were selling the monkey shit, nobody was supporting you. But now that you selling the horse shit, and your shit is in Lowe's and Home Depot and all these other stores and shit like that, now you a millionaire. Now motherfuckers want to jump on your jock. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, bitch, please you got to go. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. So all I'm saying is, whenever you're with a person, and I'm not talking about financially support them, right? If you don't have the means to do that, then don't put yourself in a hole. But that emotional support is better than financial support all day long. Now, all my endeavors, I'm learning to be positive. All my endeavors, I've never asked anybody that I was dating for any type of financial anything. Let me see. Ant wrote. Okay, but like I said, Ant, man, I'm older than you, but you're my you're one of my role models on how a marriage should be. Like I said, you, Mike, John, Ty, other people that I'm close to. You're a role model. My man Mark Stevenson, role models of what a marriage should be, and I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm real proud of y'all. But yeah, yeah, just got to be supportive of the person that you with. Now, if the person that you with is not contributing to anything, then that's another reason, that's another thing within itself. You can't expect to get support if you're not giving support. You know what I'm saying? As far as taking care of the obligations that you need to take care of. You just, oh, my man Eric too. My man Eric. It's just it's just a funny thing, man. I mean, I can go on for days and days and tell y'all some shit that I've been through. Man, it's I done seen a lot. I done been through a lot. Let me see. So yeah. Yeah. Emotional support is the best. It is, man. When you getting that emotional support, that's one of the best things, man. That's one of the best things. You know what I mean? And it was hard for me to find some shit like that. For somebody to give me that type of emotional support that was needed. All right. Well, hopefully I remember to. Hopefully I remember to wish your folks a happy birthday. Happy birthday to, well, happy future birthday to Aunt's mom, man. Renee, give me a topic. Give me a topic. Something you want to get off your chest. Yeah. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they show no progress, you got to let them go. You can't hold on to a person for what you hope that's going to happen. It ain't that time of day no more, man. We don't have that type of time. You can't be with a person to say, and they say a person can have a dream and they can say what they're going to do, but if they're putting in the steps of doing it, and like I said, it's not causing any friction. If y'all don't live together, you know what I'm saying, and they're in their own place, then you ain't got shit to worry about. You know what I'm saying? You have no say so. But when you combined yourself with somebody, then you have a say so on that. But you gotta be with somebody that's supportive of what you're doing, and that, you know, if they're not doing right, then you can't be in that position. You can't, like I said, you can't be with a person for what you think they're going to do. You have to be with a person what they are going to do. You know what I'm saying? If they're trying to reach a certain goal and they just procrastinate all the time, then you know it's not going nowhere. But if you see a person that's diligent and working hard at their craft or whatever they're trying to do, then stick it out. Shit gets rough sometimes, man. Shit gets rough. Like Renee said, a relationship is not easy. It's not perfect. Even Beyonce and that fuckboy Jay-Z, and the reason why I call him a fuckboy because he was hanging around R. Kelly and he seen that shit and he fucked what's her name? The chick, whatever. Underage, 12 years old. So whatever. But damn, I lost my train of thought. Forgot what the fuck I was saying. But yeah. Don't be with a motherfucker for what you think they're gonna be. Be with a person for what they are. And if they striving for that shit, if they showing you that they're trying to reach that goal, then it's all good, man. It's all good. Shit don't happen overnight. People's dreams don't come true overnight. Even if a motherfucker won the lottery, his dream ain't come true. There's never been a person that I know of that brought a lottery ticket for the first time and won a Mega Million. They done spent thousands of dollars on fucking lottery tickets throughout the year. So I've never heard of a one-hit wonder in the lottery. So your dreams take time. But if you're pursuing them in the right way and then you're with somebody, then yeah, I would support them. If like I say, if I'm with somebody, me for instance, let me tell you about me. Fuck it, I don't know about anybody else. But hold on, let me see. What's up? Happy birthday! Everybody still wish Coco a happy birthday. You just gotta work hard at a relationship. The shit is not. No relationship is perfect. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, even Jay-Z or Beyonce, them motherfuckers fight. You know what I'm saying? And they got money. They got fucking money. They got money, and they still. I guarantee you, they still fight. You know what I'm saying? They fight every now and then and shit. Even if money don't solve the problem, but it does help out a fucking lot. But in a relationship, you have to be. It has to. You got to work hard at it. You can't give up on a person just because that person is down for that moment. That person may be down for that moment, but when they get back up, if they're working hard for it, it's going to be an awesome thing. You know what I'm saying? So people that get into let me tell you, every relationship that a person get into, for the first 6 months, the motherfucker's on their best behavior. You know, motherfucker don't fart in front of you. Don't blow their nose in front of you. Don't pick their teeth. Don't pick their nose. Don't, you know what I'm saying, piss on the toilet. Don't fucking have bloody tampons out and shit. Like I said, if this y'all first time watching this shit, it get graphic. You know what I'm saying? And I don't apologize for nothing that I say. If I offended you, you be all right. But a person is always on their best behavior within the first couple of months of their relationship. And then shit just start to, fall out gradually. You know what I mean? So, yeah, fuck Jay-Z for real, man. Remind me to say some shit about that. Going back to the R. Kelly situation. But you have to work at a relationship to get to that next goal, right? And then for people that take baggage, or you blame, you get into a relationship and you say, oh, well, that person did this, I'm not going to fuck with them no more because this is what happened in my other relationship. You can't carry that shit on to your next relationship, right? After my 18-year commitment relationship, I've never held a person down because of what they did in their past, right? So she could have did some fucked up shit, but I never held her against it. Or she may have had similar patterns to the shit that I had been through, but I had to like, okay, that's not her. That's not her. She started off fresh. That's not her. You know what I'm saying? But if it continues and it becomes a pattern that I'm not comfortable with, then I gotta let it go. Because you want to be happy in a relationship. You don't want to be fucked up in a relationship. You don't, like I said, every relationship is not peaches and cream. I don't know who the fuck in a relationship right now that says that it's 100. You're not going to get 100% of what you want. Even if you're rich, you're not going to get 100% out of the relationship. Look at Trump. Look at Trump. Ivanka don't fuck with him, slapping his hand and shit while they walking on the plane and shit like that. Even motherfuckers that got money, still not happy. So you don't get 100% of what you want out of a relationship. You got to get it, and you got to work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? Everybody comes to a situation where nobody wants to be alone, right? It's a fucked up feeling being alone. Holidays, even shit like Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Halloween and shit like that. Nobody wants to be alone. Whether your preference is the same sex or whether your preference is the opposite sex, nobody wants to be alone. You like who you like. You understand? And to get to that point, man, you just gotta fucking work. You gotta work hard at it. Relationships are not as smooth as butter, man. It's not. I don't know any relationship that is. I don't know any marriage that is as smooth as butter. You have to work out. You have to work with that shit, man. And getting back to why I still remember. The reason why I say fuck Jay-Z is because y'all tell me what's that dark skinned chick he wound up fucking when she was young. What is it? Foxy Brown? Foxy? I think that was Foxy Brown. Yeah, he wound up fucking Foxy Brown. So I'd say fuck everybody that interacted with R. Kelly. Even Tigger from Washington, D.C., right? Even Tigger. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly, if you ever did an album with him, you must have seen something. You can't. I'm trying to tell you, because Ant and I and Drew and a couple of other people that's watching this may have been into the studio. I've been into the studio and recorded. You know how many, that song that y'all just heard when I went on, when I had to go downstairs to give me something to drink, you know how many takes it took to get that to the way that it was now? That wasn't the first take. That was multiple takes. That was multiple days. You know what I'm saying? We didn't never went inside the studio and blah, 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 blah. Okay, master that. That ain't how the shit happened. It was over days. You know what I'm saying? Months to produce that song. So when you go in the studio with them, you had to have seen a lot of young girls around. You do these shows with them, you had to seen a lot of young girls around. So for him not to say nothing, and he may have indulged in that activity. Yeah. I mean, everybody that worked with him. If you went to that Chicago studio, you saw something. If you went to his house, you saw something. And not to come out and say, hey, look, Jay-Z got a fucking daughter. His big lip ass got a daughter, and you still fucked with him after all that shit. Now I don't know what happened with that tour, how it ended so abruptly. So maybe I don't know. I don't know. But fuck Jay-Z, man, because he saw that shit and he said nothing. You know what I'm saying? And Tigger from Washington D.C., WPGC, fuck him too, man. Because I mean, it's wild, bruh. It's wild. If the Outer Limits ever made it successfully into the rap game, you know who I would have been friends with? It'd have been D.L. Hughley, Roland Martin, and this other rapper that he speaks the truth. I can't remember what his name is, but I would have been best friends with him. I have no filter, so I say what the fuck I want to say. I say what the fuck I want to say, and I don't apologize for anything. Because if I said it, I said it. If you got offended, you be all right. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't say anything to go after a certain group. I just say what I feel. You understand? So that's what it is. So anybody got another topic? Something you want to get off your chest? I appreciate all of y'all for watching the stream tonight. Simul streaming on Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. So y'all watching this on 5 different streams, man. And I think, like I said, this is something I'll probably do on a regular on Saturday nights. It won't be every Saturday night because right now I'm in training for my new job, so it's gonna start switching off. I'm gonna be working every other weekend, so I'm not gonna be able to do this every Saturday. But the few Saturdays that I do have free, if I don't go out of town, I'll do these series off the chest. And I'll probably have it set up somewhere where y'all can call in. Probably through Facebook Live. Okay. AD2 Buck Biggie. Is that ODB, Heavy D, Pac, Biggie? I don't know. Jay-Z came up. Big off. Okay. Super Bowl picks. Well, that's going to be a short topic. I'm not really into football. So, shit. I don't give a fuck who win. You know what I'm saying? I was never into football, man. I don't know. When I was younger, I used to play football. We used to play tackle and shit, you know what I'm saying, in the neighborhood. But I'm not really into football or like that. I know some shit, like I know offsides and I think that's about it. I'm not really into the football and shit like that. Like Tecmo Bowl, I'm into that. Madden, fuck Madden. That same shit every year. But yeah, I'm not really into football, man. Now, from what I saw from them last 2 games, those 2 playoff games, yeah, the refs, they fucked up. Them niggas should be fired, man. They should be fired. They said that they fucked up. But it's kind of boring, man, because the Patriots, like they go every fucking year. So it's not for me. Football. I like the commercials. That's what I walk. You know. Oh, Ant, what you doing tomorrow, man? Come fuck with me, bro. I'll be in the house. I gotta send you the address, man. Come fuck with me, dog. I'll be in this joint. I had a game on, man. Bring if you and B ain't doing shit tomorrow, man, come down the crib, man. Come down. You ain't seen my new house, man. You ain't been down this joint. I give you the address and shit. Come down this joint. Come fuck with me. I got some liquor here. I got some liquor. I got some chicken wings. And oh shit, the liquor on tap, bro. You ought to see my bar. Yeah, that shit ain't nothing but the truth. But yeah, come fuck with me, man. I'll give you the address. If you, I mean, if y'all ain't doing that, if you ain't already got a place to go. I got this Fireball liquor. It tastes like a fireball. That's what it is. And see, I'm all over the place. What happened was I was looking for some shot pours, and there's this bar that's down the street from me, and I went in there. I was going to all the liquor stores and shit, right? And none of the liquor stores had shot pours, so they was like, "Well, go to the bars and see if they have any that they can sell you." So I went to this bar that was down here, right? And I was asking the lady, I was like, "Do you have any extra shot pours that you can sell me?" But what she had was some straight pours. So the long story short, the shot pours that I got right now, they just pour a shot, and that's it. But when I was in the bar, she was testing out the shot pours, and what she did was she poured 2 shots of this liquor that had it tastes like Fireball candy. That's what it tastes like. And I thought she was just testing it out. She was like, "Here, drink this." I was like, "Oh shit. I don't like Fireball candies, but that damn liquor, I don't know what the fuck it's called, but I got a bottle downstairs, right? That shit tastes right." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I got some Crown. Eric hooked me on to the Crown Royal shit. So that's my drink. That's my brown drink. Crown Royal, either apple or vanilla. I don't fuck with the black. I don't like the black too much. But they got this new shit out, the Crown Royal peach. I'm gonna have to fuck with that. But that my man Chuck supposed to be coming over tomorrow too. But yeah, man, I ain't doing shit tomorrow. I'm in the house and shit because tomorrow, Monday, I start. Well, we got to record for the gaming show tomorrow, and I think Mike coming over here early, as y'all see the production stuff in the back. So come fuck with me tomorrow, man. I'm supposed to get a haircut. This Scar Lounge early. All right. I mean, if you can make it, you know what I'm saying? If you can't, no big deal. Like Saturday, Saturday coming up, come fuck with me, cause y'all haven't seen the new place yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Crown Royal, I don't need no chaser with that, right? So I went to Eric. Eric always have these parties, Christmas parties every year, and like I said, he was the one that turned me on the Crown Royal. So he was like, "All right, man, I'm gonna make you this drink," and he mixed Crown Royal vanilla with apple, and oh man, that shit was like falling in love all over again, bro. That shit was so motherfucking smooth. I was like, oh man. And I'm gonna tell y'all how I met Eric, right? Because he gave me the okay to say this. He gave me the okay. Now, and this ain't nothing bad. It's just funny. Eric made me change my perception of police officers, right? Because if y'all watch these series, watch the show, y'all know I'd be like, man, fuck the police and all this other stuff. So I had no respect for him. But Eric was the one that made me change my thoughts on police. So this is what happened. Gamer Show is up, and he watches some of our episodes. So he says he subscribed to the channel, and he sent the invite to Mike and I. He was like, man, y'all should come down here, and you know what I'm saying, I got this Christmas party, y'all should come through, and all this other stuff. So we was like, yeah, okay, because cool brother, you know what I'm saying. He was like, he invited, and that's why I love Eric, man, because he invited us to his house, never laid an eye on us, but he watched these videos of, you know what I'm saying, some of the shit, like when I seen videos of cops acting stupid and shit, and then we would do an episode on it. So we accept the invitation. Mike can't make it, right? So me and Shantae go out there. So hour and a half drive, because he's in VA. So we get out there like, hey, Eric, hey, what's up, man? And you know what I'm saying, meet face to face. And looking at his basement, I was like, bruh, yo, this man cave is off the fucking hook. Like, everything that I wanted to do when I had my basement, this is what I wanted to do. All the shit that I wanted to do. I mean, like, you could tell this dude a video game player, you know what I'm saying? And the shit, entertainment, the popcorn machine maker, and all the arcades and all this other shit. So get down there, and he was like, you want a drink? I was like, yeah, I want a drink. Now, I don't really drink brown, but he was like, man, that's all I drink is Crown Royal. So he was like, okay. It was like, nah, I don't really fuck with brown. I'm like, okay, I taste it. So he pulled me some Crown Royal, right? And I drank that shit. Now, normally I would, you know what I'm saying, do a chaser with brown, but he poured a lot of liquor in there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to sip on this shit all night, because I don't want to waste this Crown Royal, you know what I'm saying? So I sipped it. Like, damn, this motherfucker, I don't need no chaser with this shit. So I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up the whole night. And the whole night I'm hearing Sarge, Lieutenant, and Gun, and all this other shit. So I'm fucked up because I'm drinking Crown Royals all night. Something happened, and it was something that he said, and I was like, what did this motherfucker do? Cause I'm thinking, like, I'm seeing all this shit. I mean, nice house, nice elaborate house, down the basement just immaculate. Motherfucker got 2 Christmas trees, one downstairs and one upstairs. Like, what the fuck do he do? I'm like, am I in a drug dealer's house? Then something hit me. I think I either seen a badge or something. This story changes every time I tell it, because I can't really remember what happened, and only some of the details. And then I was like, oh shit! I put 2 and 2 together. I was like, oh shit, he a cop. So I'm like, I'm fucked up. I'm like, oh shit. I know I ain't drive all the way out here to VA. So I'm thinking Chris Hansen gonna pop out and be like, well, you know, Fred, you got warrants and shit like that, and I'm about to lock your ass up. And then I was like, oh, all that shit that you said on YouTube about cops, oh yeah, we got you now, motherfucker. So I'm like, oh shit, Eric a cop. So Eric coming to me, he was like, man, you want another drink? I'm like, No. I'm good. Let me get some water. So I'm telling Shantae, I'm like, Eric is a cop. I'm like, oh shit, man. So I'm like nervous as a motherfucker. I'm looking around, and then all these cops, like everybody that was in the party was like some of the officers that he worked with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to sober up real quick, bruh. And I was so fucked up, bro. I sobered up And I think it was like maybe an hour or so. I sobered up. Then we had left. Then when we left, I was so caught. I wasn't driving. Shantae was driving. I was so fucking nervous. I thought when we got in the car that it was going to be some blue and reds just behind us and shit. And like, whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? Good. So we drive all the way back home. And as I'm walking in the house, because now I'm sobered up because I'm fucked up right now. I'm sobered up. And all fucking night, like I get out the car and I'm like, I'm thinking like, did the cop follow me home and shit like that? Like, nah. So I'm in the room. I'm sleep all night. You know what I'm saying? I'm laying down all night and I'm just looking out the window and every light that flashes the window, I'm like, oh shit, they here to get me. But then that night, that morning I woke up, I just started to think about shit. I'm like, I was in a room with a whole bunch of fucking cops. But they was cool as a motherfucker though. They was cool as shit. I'm like, we was drinking, we was playing video games and shit like that. We was just chopping it up. I was like, damn. I'm like, my perception of how some police officers are had changed, and Eric was the cause of that. I was like, damn, man. I fuck with the dude. I fuck with it. He introduced me to some Crown Royal. I didn't get locked up behind that shit. I'm like, he a cool motherfucking dude. And then every year, Eric would invite us to come out. You know what I'm saying? And then it wouldn't just be Christmas parties and shit. I think I came down there one day to do something to his arcade machine. And, it was just really, really wonderful, man. It was a good thing because this guy watching this foul mouth ass dude on YouTube, and he invites me to his house. Now I'm meeting his wife and his kids, and I'm interacting with his friends. I could have just came to his house and been like, "Hey, motherfuckers," you know what I'm saying? And like, "Yeah, what the deal is?" and shit, and came in there with a blunt. Y'all motherfuckers want to smoke with me and all. I could have had that type of mentality, and he didn't know about it. But he invited me out to his house. He invited me in front of his family, his wife, his kids, and stuff like that. And I love the dude for that. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I guess he saw behind the foul mouth ass dude that wear glasses that look like shades, but they prescriptions. All my shit is prescription. But he was a cool motherfucker dude, man. And that's not only Eric is a black dude. Not only did he change my perception about that, he changed my perception about white cops, because there was some white cops there too. And I was like, "Oh, what's up, Eric?" Oh, there he is right there. But he changed my perception about that, and I love him for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Even though he lives a million miles away, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? So I love him for that, man. So big ups to Eric. Like I said, Eric, I was telling you and Ant and my man Mike, my man Ty, you know, I was talking about some stuff early, but I was like, y'all are the role models of what marriage is, man. I mean, Eric and Ty and my man Ant and my man Mike. I know being married, sometimes y'all go through y'all shit, but y'all stick the shit out, and it's just that love that you can see it in Eric. Eric is like super doopy over his wife. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful fucking thing. And my man Ant, him and his wife and his kids. I mean, it's a wonderful thing, man, to see families sticking together. You know what I'm saying? My man Mike, my man Ty. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. That's the, if you want to know how to stay married and please your spouse, and these are the motherfuckers that you need to look up to. Eric, Ant, Mike, my man Ty. These are the motherfuckers that you need to look up to. You know what I'm saying? Wonderful role models of what a marriage should be. Yeah, yeah. And these are all four of these people that I mentioned, and my man, Quest. They love their wives, man. You know what I'm saying? And for like, especially like Quest or John and Eric, we are video gamers. We are video gamers, and their wives support that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they like Eric or John wife like, no, put down that damn controller and get in here and nah, they don't do that shit. They support. Eric, you should see his man cave. His wife painted the Mario shit on his wall. That was his wife, and his wife is not into video games, but she supported him. She supports him, and she knows that that's a passion that he loved. She hooked his shit up. I'm trying to tell you, man. That's some shit. If you ever go to his Christmas parties and he shows you the boom boom rooms, you're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, that shit is fucking amazing, man. And especially the sound that you make. Now he has two sides to the game room, right? The sound that shit makes when you walk into the lower half. Now, for you people that ever played Super Mario Brothers and you go into the dungeon and you hear that dun 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 dun, that's the sound that you hear when you go inside the other room. You know what I'm saying? That shit is wild. I look at Eric's shit and then I look at my shit and I'm like, my shit look like some his shit, some Best Buy shit. My shit look like fucking thrift store shit compared to what his shit is, man. And that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Wow, man. Yeah. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. What's up, everybody that's watching me on all the channels? Everybody in Eric's office, because he said these when he shows the videos, people be lunching out. Funny dude, man. What else I want to get off my chest? What else do I want to get off my chest? Okay. Now this was a horror story that Eric, did you watch the episode where I said, okay, I'll do 2 episodes that already aired last week, right? In the comments, what is, after the age of 40, who's your best friend besides Jesus? Anybody know this? Now this is for people that didn't watch that episode, but I got 2 episodes to go over. This one that I'm talking about now, and then the horror story. Y'all remind me to do the horror story. And it's a 3-part series. That shit is crazy. And I can't make this shit up, bro. But who's your best friend besides Jesus after the age of 40? I'm gonna give y'all a second to think about that. If you have the answer, type it in the comments. People on the Facebook side and people on the other side, because the people on the Facebook side can't see the comments that's going on the YouTube and Twitch and Mixer and Periscope. But who's your best friend after the age of 45? Nope, it's not your wife. It's not your wife. Want me to tell you who's your best friend after the age of 40 when you get into your 40s? A fucking nap. That's who's your best friend after the age of 40. I'm not no spring chicken no fucking more. I'm getting older. You see this hairline? I mean, my shit ain't as bad as LeBron. I still got a little bit of hairline. I got a little bit of bald spot right here. You know what I'm saying? If you looked at me a couple of years ago, you saw I had dreads and shit like that. I had a full head of hair. My hairline wasn't all back here. But a nap is your best friend. A nap? Oh, nah, it ain't marijuana. A nap is your best. You know how after you get the age of 40 and you get tired, I'm not no young chicken no more, man. You can take a fucking nap. You can take a 15-minute nap, and a 15-minute nap would change your fucking life. It would change your life. If you tired and you take a power nap, that would change your fucking life. I now know and understand why a lot of elderly people, they're out in Disney World and shit like that and having fun, and all the kids running around. And you see them motherfuckers in the corner like, oh, all right. And they get up and they recharge. They sleep while you standing in line waiting to get on the fucking ride. They sleep. And all this, they have all this noise and shit going around them. But they was like, man, fuck that noise. Yeah, I'm about to catch these Z's. And the motherfucker will go to sleep. I'm telling you, I get tired. I get tired, man. And like with this new job now, it pays good. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm able to do this Florida shit now. I'm actually moved to Florida. But when I get home, I gotta take me a little cat nap because I be tired. When I wake up in the morning, that's why I try to go to bed early and shit, right? And then when I get home, I take me a cat nap because I be tired as a motherfucker. And then when I take that cat nap, then I can get up and then I can start playing some video games and shit like that. But a fucking nap would change your fucking life. Try to tell you. You can be physically doing shit, and it's nothing like sitting down in front of the TV and then just breaking off a couple of Z's. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that, fellas, ladies, people. When you was young, you had all the energy in the world. I had all the energy in the world. I tell you this one story. I was walking somewhere and there was this fence, right? And it was blocking the path that I needed to go, right? And I swear on everything. Like a little, you know what I'm saying? A little fence. When I was younger, that was some shit I can run up to and jump over and hop over that bitch. Nah. I swear, I was at that fence and I was like this the whole time. I was doing that for a good, like maybe 5 minutes. I was like, man, fuck that. I'm not gonna be able to jump over that because if I jump, only thing gravity going to do is like, nah, Slim, you need to come back down here for a second. So I'm telling you, I mean, getting older, and I'm proud of it because most motherfuckers that some of the shit that I did back in the day, I you wouldn't even imagine I would have lived this long to see some of the stuff, you know what I'm saying, that I see now. But it's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? But when you get older, that fucking nap just replenishes you so fucking much, man. And I never understood that. I never understood that until I had to experience that shit for myself. I'm not a spring chicken no more. I can't do half the shit that I used to do, right? And this is happening within a couple of years. Now, some of the shit that I'm not able to do is when I go to Florida and I go to these all-you-can-eat lobster places, I used to be able to do like 20 lobsters and like 15 clusters of crab legs. Can't do that shit no more. Can't do that shit no more. I could do like maybe 3 clusters of crab legs and maybe 5, 6 lobster tails. And I went to Florida with my cousin a couple of years ago, and I was chowing down on them joints, man. I think I had about at least like 30 lobsters because at this lobster place, that's all they had. So, and I'm a lobster fanatic, and I was just throwing them joints back, man. But I can't do that shit no more. For some reason, I can't do it no more. I used to be able to drive from Maryland to Florida with no type of consequences or nothing. Like I'll leave Maryland at a decent time, get to Florida around, you know what I'm saying? And then what I would do was just like go to breakfast or something like that and wait until we had to check in. But now when I drive to Florida, I mean, I still can do the drive. I have to go to the welcome, the welcome spot in Florida, and I have to sleep. I have to get me a nap because I'll be tired. Usually when I get to Florida, I'm like, oh, I'm up. I'm ready to go to Disney World, some shit like that, and just stay up that whole time. Can't do that shit no more. Can't. Yeah. And I mean, 50, I'll probably take a nap every 3 minutes and shit by the time the way that I'm going and shit. But there's certain shit I can't do. I can't grow dreads and shit. I mean, I wanna grow some more, grow my hair back out. But look, you get to a certain age where some shit that you just can't do. I don't want to have. I mean, my hair right here is good. It's just this shit in the back that's gonna be thin. So I don't want no real long dreads on the sides and then little baby naps in the back and shit. So I can't do dreads. I can't do dreads. Some things that you shouldn't do after the age of 40. I don't feel comfortable wearing shirts with a lot of text on it, right? Like I wear my, Mario shirt or some shit like that, but I can't wear no shirt with a lot of graffiti on it. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't wear my pants sagging and shit like that. Oh, the horror story. All right. So, all right. All right, so y'all got to bear with me with this because this is a 3-part series or 4-part series, right? So, go out of town, celebrate the new job and shit like that. I'm like, want to get away. Plus, I didn't have any crab legs in a while. So, there's a spot called Captain George's that I always promote. And I was like, when you go to Williamsburg, Virginia, go to Captain George's. I mean, they got the best seafood. They got seafood. They got other varieties of other food and shit. So every time I tell somebody about Williamsburg, I always promote Captain George's. Like I'm getting paid for that shit, but I haven't got $1 from them motherfuckers, right? So get in the car, go to Captain George's. Starts to snow. By the time we get up to VA, it's snowing. All right, boom. So, I don't think I told one of these incidents that happened, but that was okay. All right. So go up there Saturday, and Captain George's. It's a better deal on Sunday if you go up there Sunday. They open up at 12:00, and I think it's a little bit more now, but it used to be like 20-something bucks. And then after 4:00, it would be like 30-something bucks. So go to Captain George's and shit. All right, sit down, get in the joint. They always ask you, have you been here before? Like, I don't want to hear none of this shit. Okay, can you sit us at a small table? I mean, at a table. So I don't think I told this in this horror story, but Captain George's have these like 2-person table and shit. It's only 2 chairs there, so it's only like 1 table. But I don't want to sit at that 1 table. I want some fucking room. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm about to get down. So I was like, can we get that table right there? Can we get a table closer to the buffet? And the dude just kept trying to sit us at this 1 fucking table that had the 2 chairs. I'm like, no, can we sit at the table right there? So he finally sit us there, right? All right, boom. Go up to the buffet. Now, I go to Captain George's to do Dungeness crabs, right? I done moved on from Alaskan crab legs to Dungeness crabs. They ain't had no fucking Dungeness crabs. So now I'm pissed off. I'm like, damn, I came all the way up here to Williamsburg, Virginia. Got a fucking hotel all for some fucking Dungeness crabs that they don't have. I'm like, all right, bam, all right. I just eat the fucking regular snow crabs. Get to the snow crabs. These motherfuckers are salty as a motherfucker, man. I don't know what happened. The quality of these crab legs that descended from the last time that I was there, but it was just salted down, man. And I'm like, my blood pressure gonna go up on every cluster. And I'm like, man, then I asked the waiter, I was like, well, look, man, what's going on with these crab legs? Because they're really, really salty. And they was like, well, we get them like that. And I'm like, God, how the fuck I thought they cook them. You know what I'm saying? So somebody in there is putting a whole bunch of fucking salt in there and you could taste it. All right, so fuck it. All right, we're going to eat the crab legs and shit. So time to go out and go out the parking lot. So it's this truck in front of me. And when you leave out of the parking lot of Captain George's, there one lane of traffic going this way and then another lane of traffic going that way, but there's a median. So I go over there to the median. There's a truck in front of me and I see cars going past and shit like that. And I'm not thinking nothing of it. Then I see that there's no cars. There's literally no cars going. You know what I'm saying? Passing. And there's this truck in front of me. He's not fucking moving. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. I'm like, and I'm in the car. Like, what? Go, motherfucker. Ain't no goddamn cars coming in. And he starts to go and then he puts on his brakes and shit, right? So he's doing this constantly. And there are no cars coming. So I'm like cursing him out and shit. And finally he decides to go. So he thought that he was going to beat that light. But the light turned red. I pulled up right beside him. I'm saying, you dumb motherfucker. All that shit that you was doing, there was no cars coming. And you should have fucking went. He was like, oh, well, that's what you got. That's how you're going to act and all this other shit. I'm like, you damn right. Because there was no cars coming. You should have fucking went. How long you want to be at the fucking, there's no red light. There's no stoplight right here. You could just turn the fucking left. I'm like, you about to hold up everybody. I don't know if you plucking hairs off your dick or whatever, but you should have fucking moved. You know what I'm saying? So he moves. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, man. So I'm turned up about that. So, okay, going home. Get on, I think, 95. And then get off on where King's Dominion at to take the back road to go over the 301 bridge, right? So at this point, stop past Walmart. I was like, I need to pick me up a TV because my TV just went out on me. So just want to get some bullshit 4K TV so I can play I think Resident Evil was coming out and I didn't have a TV to play the game on so I can review it so I can see how it looks. So by the time got out of Walmart, the snow had covered everything. So getting back, about to cross the 301 bridge, get over the 301 bridge, there's this fucking truck behind me. Now mind you, they're plowing the streets now, right? That when you cross that 301 bridge, and I forgot what county that's in, but there were 3 tow trucks. There were 3 plow trucks in front of me. One was like in the middle. The one in front of that one was on the left-hand side, and the one in front of that one was on the right-hand side. Now, people that know the area that I'm talking about, when you cross that bridge from 301 to get to La Plata, it takes you about like maybe less than 20 minutes. That whole trip took us an hour to get from 301 bridge to where the Lowe's is in La Plata, right? So the whole time, this jackass, and I was like, Shantae, record this. Because if something happened to us, I need a record of it. So she streamed it live on Facebook. So the whole fucking time, this dude is going to my left side and trying to pass me. Mind you, this is a 2-lane road, and they were only plowing equivalent of a 1-lane turn because there was 2 plows in front of the truck that I was behind, and I'm just following in his tracks and shit. Visibility is 0 to none because it's coming down. I mean, it's shitting all over the place. You can't see nothing, right? So it took an hour to get to Lowe's and shit because we initially went inside of Walmart to get a snow shovel, right? But they were all sold out. So I was like, okay, let's get one from Lowe's and shit. Closest Lowe's is in La Plata. So this jackass is riding beside me. He's going, and then I'm trying to speed up because there's nowhere for him to go. Even if he passed me, there was nowhere for him to go, right? So an hour-long trip with this jackass like right behind me. So what I did was I called the police. Yeah, Fred called the popos, and this is what the motherfucker said to me. I said, hey, I'm on 301 and there's this truck that's beside me driving erratically, and I'm afraid that he's going to cause an accident because it seems like he's trying to run me off the road. And this is when I was in Charles County. They said, what do you want me to do? The fuck you mean what I want you to do? Hop in the fucking car and go to my location so you can see this jackass what he's doing. And he was like, well, is there anything that you could do? Can you let him pass? I was like, no, I can't let him. I can't even pass. I have no safety. I can't go in the median because if I go in the median, I'm going to get stuck. I'm not in a truck. I'm in a fucking car. I'm in a car, dude. You know what I'm saying? And luckily I wasn't in the fucking Camaro because the Camaro is bad on them fucking tires are bad trying to drive even in the rain. So, I couldn't do anything, right? So bam, get out of this thing. We finally in La Plata, right? So I go to the Lowe's and I go inside the Lowe's and I'm like, okay, do y'all got any more snow shovels? She was like, they're right there. Get the snow shovel. And I'm like, man, I'm telling the lady what happened, right? I'm like, man, I drove up here and there was this jackass trying to run me off the road. And I swear on everything, this is exactly what happened. She said, what color is this truck? I said, I don't know, gray, white, I don't know. It was something like I really wasn't paying attention. She said, oh, that's him right there. So apparently he was trying to go to the Lowe's as well, and he was trying to get there before they closed because when I got there, they were about to close in about like 5 minutes or so. So that's where he was going. So I had to go back out to the car because I left my wallet in my jacket. And when I go out, he was in front of me and he was going off to his car. Now he was parked way down from me, right? So I don't know if he heard me telling the story or he saw the car when he pulled up in the parking lot and tried to avoid the confrontation. But when I went outside, I was like, yeah, that is that truck. And then I'm seeing him getting in the car. I'm like, hey, man, hey, that shit that you was doing was uncalled for. I said, there was no way that you can pass me because there were 3 plows in front of me and they were only plowing one area. So what the fuck was I supposed to do? Run off the road? I got like 10 cars behind me, you beside me. And so I just let him have it. And this motherfucker says, oh, I'm sorry. And he got in this truck and all you heard was skirt. He tried to speed his tires and shit. And basically I think he was like, well, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And it goes to say, when it snows in the DMV, a lot of these motherfuckers that got trucks, 4-wheel drive, that don't mean shit. that snow would take your 4-wheel drive and shit all over it, because just because you got a truck don't mean that you can maneuver real bad in the snow. You don't got no chain ties and no shit like that. I mean, it was just fucked up, man. I was so pissed off, and that's what was in the horror story for this week. But I was pissed off, man. I got footage of that ride, and that's what that was. But y'all, let me see. All right. Anything else y'all want to get off y'all chest? I know I didn't gotta. I'm telling you, man. When you watch me do these live streams on this particular one, I just don't have a filter. I'm sorry. You know, I say what I want to say. And I have a right to say that because freedom of speech, and it's our channel. So I can say what the fuck I want. If you don't like it, there are plenty of other channels that you can watch on YouTube, and there's plenty other Facebook live streams that y'all can watch. But I don't mean to intentionally disrespect anybody. It's just the shit that I say. I know a lot of motherfuckers be like, man, he just cursing. That's his personality and all that. You don't know. If you think that, then keep on thinking. People that know me personally know how I am. I'm the most generous dude. I'm the most. I'm not gonna say I'm the most because I'm not fucking Gandhi or nothing like that. But I'm a level-headed dude. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get amped up without cause. I'm gonna tell you, if I get into a conversation with somebody, I'll bitch out. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be like, go ahead. All right, you got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah, I'm a bitch. Yeah, I'm a bitch. Yeah. All right. But if I'm backed up into a corner and I gotta fight my way out, that's when shit start to go a different way. Because I don't intentionally disrespect anybody. So therefore, I don't take any disrespectment off of anyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with you unless you do something to me. I don't care about your age, your color, your sexual preference. That don't mean nothing to me, man. I love everybody and give love out to everybody equally. I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck how you speak. I don't care about the clothes that you wear. You can have on some what are those. I don't care. That's not you. You know what I'm saying? That it's I fuck with you because of what's in here and what comes out of here. You know what I'm saying? So if you the type of person, good person, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I fuck with you all day long until you give me a reason not to. You understand? So I treat everybody with respect. As long as I get it back, I don't care. I'll befriend anybody. You know what I'm saying? As long as you get that love back, we cooler than a fan, man. You know what I mean? So that's the way that I do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you a story about how I met my man B, right? So that's one of the guys that he was helping us with the Outer Limits, right? He was like, I would say, equivalent of our road manager. You know what I'm saying? So what happened with B was, I lived across the street from Drew and Frog. So they had a bachelor pad across the street. It was like me and my daughter mother lived, you know what I'm saying? So I go over Drew and Frog house, and that's when I first met B. And we was drinking and we was just partying and playing cards and shit. And it was just us. It was just the three of us. And we was, you know what I'm saying? B introduced me to some shit called Jungle Punch. It was St. I Special Brew, puckers, and some other concoction that he mixed. But that shit was good. And for some reason, he didn't go home, but I don't know how he ended up at my house. So maybe we had, I think that's when the Dreamcast came out, and we had went over to my, or maybe we was playing No Mercy on Nintendo 64. Some shit like that. Well, anyway, everybody ended up at my house, and we was fucked up. So I was like, B, and I didn't know B at all. You know what I'm saying? I was like, B, look, you can go ahead and sleep on the couch, bro. I'm about to go to bed, man. I'll see you in the morning. And woke up. I fixed some pancakes. I fixed some fucking pancakes. I think it was something I fed them. You know what I'm saying? Let them eat some cereal or some shit like that. And we was tight ever since then. And then he had pulled me to a side. He had pulled me aside one day. He said, Fred, you know when I started fucking with you? I was like, what you talking about, man? I fucked with you the first day we met. He was like, nah. He's like, when I woke up in the morning and I still had money in my pocket, then I knew that you was a good dude. What the fuck you talking about? He's like, you ain't robbed me and shit. Cause I didn't know him, and I told him that he could spend the night at the house. And I told my baby mother when I went in the room, I was like, you know, I got somebody sleeping out on the couch, so you know what I'm saying. If you go out there to use the bathroom, just put some clothes on. And he was like, man, fuck with you, cause I still had my money in my pocket. And yeah, man, my man B. So yeah, that was it. Shit off my chest, man. It's just a rambling series. And you know one thing, man, I've noticed that I don't watch TV as much anymore. I just watch YouTube. I don't know why, but I just stopped watching TV, right? I watch a lot of like it's this dude named Daryl Long, this supermall cop. This dude, he funny as shit, man. This is he was a security guard in Georgia at this joint called the Metro Mall, and he was amped up, like he was super cop. But when I first saw the videos, I was like, this motherfucker's stupid, man. He sitting up there going hard. Some of the stuff that he did was uncalled for, but I understand the shit because Metro Mall was the equivalent to Patastico Flea Market, if you know what that is, and that's in Baltimore, Maryland. So they sell like knockoff shit. You can go down there and get your knockoff Gucci's and shit like that. But he was trying to change the demographic of the people that was coming in there to spend money. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the shit that he did was like uncalled for, but I understand why he did it. But I watch a lot of that shit on YouTube. What else? Open and Carry, First Amendment audits, and if you don't know what that is, and I was thinking about doing that, is being able to film in public. Now, a lot of this stuff, and it applies. I think the Supreme Court has ruled on this, but it's legal to film in public. Whatever you can see in public, you can film. And what an audit is what they doing is they going out to like police stations and stuff like that and testing, you know, people to see if they're going to freak out, if they're going to allow them their constitutional right to film in public. And it's a lot of stuff where they go up to like plants and post offices and just film in public. And a lot of people freak out and then they call the cops. And then at the end of the day, they get an education about how, you know what I'm saying, your rights, that you can do this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I watch a lot of. And I don't really watch TV like that no more, man. My thing was wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't watched wrestling in about like maybe almost a year. I think the last time that I watched wrestling, well, I'm exaggerating. It was sometime last year. I think the last time I watched wrestling was when Roman Reigns gave up his title because he had lupus or something. And I didn't watch it before that because I didn't even know Roman Reigns had the title. But that shit, my little nephew, he loved that shit, man. But I haven't watched wrestling in so fucking long. I watched a little bit of the Royal Rumble. And all them new cats, I didn't know who the fuck these dudes was. But it's just the same storyline over and over and over again. Oh, Eric, I got another one for you. Remember when you were so drunk? Oh, man. So, yo, all right, y'all getting a free horror story. All right. Sit back for this one, Eric. So, it was me, B, and Ant. We used to go to this bar called Holidays, right? And you know what? I was the inventor of putting, I'm not going to take credit for it, but all of us, me, B, Ant, and Drew, we were the inventors of putting lemons inside a Bud Light. We was the inventors of this shit. So Bud Light, you owe me for this shit because I invented this. Well, we invented this shit at Holidays. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was putting lemons in the Coronas. It was like, nah, let me get a Bud Light and a lemon. So me, B, Ant, and Bud Lights. I was working at Best Buy, Geek Squad, Best Buy. So I was making bread, man. And before I went home, sometimes I was like, I'm going to stop at the bar. Or then I would just, you know what I'm saying, get together with my fellas and we would just go to the bar. Throwing back them Jones. Fucking them up. So I think Ant was driving. Yep, Ant was driving. Man, I lived on Gainesville Street and shit, right? And that was in D.C. So they took me home. Dude. I was so fucked up. They said that I went inside the house. I opened up the door, right? And then as soon as you open up the door in that apartment, I had a couch sitting right there on the left-hand side. So when I went inside the apartment, I humped over that fucking couch. And I was just laying there because that's the way I woke up in the morning and shit. So Ant and B and Drew in a car, and they looking at me getting in the house. And it was like, hold up, why Fred not in the house yet? Why the door still open? If they would have pulled off, I would have woke up in the morning, and that was a bad part of the neighborhood. I probably would have woke up in the morning, the big screen TV, all that shit would have been gone. But I was so fucked up that I just walked in the house, and I was hunched over the seat. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers came in and they must have just moved my legs so they can close the door. But that morning I woke up. I was so fucked up. And they had called me the next day. They said, man, we seen you in the house, but we seen you go in the house, but you was taking long as shit to close that door. So I think Ant or B, one of them came up there and they just moved my legs so I can close the door. Cause I was so fucked up, man. It was nowhere. I wasn't going nowhere. And that morning when I woke up, I think my baby mother thought I stood out all night. You know what I'm saying? Or I think she she came in and she saw me because I think she was the one that woke me up because I was still humped up over the couch, and she knew I was with B because we only had one car, so I think they picked me up and we went to holidays and shit. But I was so fucked up, man, and we laughed about that shit so hard, man. Oh my god, the times that I had with these cats, man. It was so fucking funny, man. These are some funny ass dude. Oh yeah. See, y'all can't see the people on the YouTube side can't see the Facebook chats. But yeah, I was fucked up. Ant replied, you was out. I mean out like a light. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Hey Slim. When I was throwing them joints back, and I don't know how much money I think we was buying each other rounds and shit like that, and we was fucked up, and that would be the nature of the situation, right? So, like when I first started out, I had a wild, and Eric, you can test to this. You know firsthand shit. I had a wild preteen life, man. And I was into a lot of shit. My temper was real short. I was doing like, you know what I'm saying? I was doing some gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? And what happened was when my daughter was born, all of that shit went out the window, right? And I mean, I can say when I started being the father, I wasn't the best father. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start out being the best father. But I grew into being a good father. So I would hang out in the streets a lot. A whole lot. And especially when I got my first motorcycle. No. Well, I used to hang out in the streets a lot. And then when my daughter was born, that kind of changed a lot of shit. So I don't know what the fuck happened, but going out from hanging out in the streets, and then when I met B and Ant, they just used to come over to the house. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna hang out in the streets. I just come over to the house. And me, B, and see, I only hung out with 3 people other than, you know what I'm saying, Mike. And Mike was a married dude, so he couldn't come out to the house all the time. But we would just hang out, man. And, you know what I'm saying, play some Dreamcast or play some PlayStation or some shit and drink. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going out in the street, running around, getting into God knows what, just stay at the fucking house. That's what I did. Appreciate that, Ant. But that's what I did, man. And that shit changed. That shit changed a lot of stuff, man. When I had my daughter, now I only got one child, bro. And you know what I'm saying? It's some shit with that, but I'm not even gonna go into that. But it changed. That shit changed a lot. And I just stopped hanging out in the streets, man. I was like, you know, Ant was married. B, he was single. And Drew, he was all over the place until he had his kid. And then he was a good father, man. He was a good father because a lot of shit that he did when he had his kid, man, he slowed down. He slowed down. And it's so fucking sad, bro, that like after his kid was here, he had died not too long after his kid came into this world with the sickle cell anemia thing. And yeah, that was some sad shit. But yeah, but with me, Aunt B, man, we had some another joint. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. So me, Aunt B, and I think Aunt brother. If I'm remembering this right, Aunt, let me know if I start to stray off. But we had went to Atlantic City for Aunt's birthday. And somebody was supposed to get the information on the room, but they never did. So all of us, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I don't have a lot of money, but I'm going to contribute my ride. I'm going to drive. I'm going to be the chauffeur for them so they can chill and drink and do whatever, you know what I'm saying, on the way up there. So I'll drive, you know what I'm saying? Plus I have insomnia. I can do that. I can drive for a long period of time. So what happened was all of us was going to stay in a room, right? And it wasn't matter where we slept at. It was just we celebrating Aunt's birthday. And I was like, if I got to sleep in a chair and put my feet up, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? So it's 4 dudes just going out to celebrate my man's birthday. And we was like, we said, nah, we ain't gonna spend a lot of money up here. We gonna go up in here on some budget type shit, right? So what we did was I had an extra microwave. B had his food stamp card. Before we left to go to Atlantic City, I had packed up the microwave, and B had went to Shoppers and used his food stamp card to get, like, we had some bread, some cheese, some lunch meat, and some soda, something like that. So we was going up there off of a budget, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, we didn't have a lot of money and shit. So we go up there, and somebody was supposed to get the information on what that room had, right? We had a cooler. We had that shit because we was going to keep the food inside the cooler and shit, right? So we get to the fucking hotel. Mind you, the hotel is on the room that we in on the second floor. And my man B, he packed some slacks because we were supposed to go to the strip club or some shit like that. He packed some cards. I packed the PlayStation, and we was just supposed to go up there to have a good time and come back to the room, play some spades or some shit or some tunk or whatever. And we get there, we walk in the room. What the fuck do we see? We see a mini refrigerator and a microwave. Now this is after we done carried all this shit. This is after we carried all this shit up to this room, man. And we was like, damn, man. And I'm just looking at him like, who the fuck was supposed to check and see? Because if we knew that the room had the microwave, I wouldn't have brought the extra microwave. But we would have brought the food, but we wouldn't have brought the cooler and filled it up with ice and shit, right? All right, so bam. We get up to Atlantic City, and we go inside the casino, right? And we're there for a while. I don't know how long we were in there, but we were going from casino to casino. And me personally, I don't gamble, right? I do not gamble at all. The only reason why I go up to Atlantic City, where I used to go up to Atlantic City, was to get away from Maryland and to drink. Because what I would do was I would get the change that they gave you back. Because sometimes you would take a bus up there. You'll pay $20 on the bus and they'll give you 18 back or some shit like that. And I'll sit at a slot machine and the waitress will come like, okay, let me get a Singapore Sling. Singapore Sling is the best mixed drink that you can ever get because you could drink like 20 of them motherfuckers and you never taste the alcohol, but you'll be fucked up. So what I would do was I'll get a Singapore Sling, then move. When the lady come back, because she's expecting a tip, I would take the change that I had in my bucket and I would put it in my pocket, and I would just look sad, like, damn, I lost all my money. Fuck. And she would bring it back. Okay, I'm going to go to the other side of the room. I'm going to do the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the second floor, do the same thing. So in each casino, I would get 4 drinks. So that's what we was doing. Like, I don't know if Ant was playing and his brother was playing and B was playing, but I was just kicking back, just getting fucked up. So we chilling, And we go out to another casino, and we're going up an escalator, and I look at the wall, and I'm thinking it's a mural. Somebody painted a mural. I'm like, look at that shit. That shit looks so real. And it was the sky, and I think a building that was next to it, and the shit just look. I was like, this shit looks so real, and I'm thinking it's still nighttime. I think it was either Ant or B. It was like, no, that's a window. That's outside. I said, how long we been inside the fucking casino? Yo, we was inside that bitch for so long. So I think they went to one more casino and they played, and then we was on our way back to the hotel because we was going to come back that night again. So I think we got lost because I didn't have no GPS. I ain't had no GPS on the phone or something like that. So I'm just going off of memory. Okay, I remember this street. I remember that street. I remember that street. Because we did, before we went out, we did get some drinks. And we put it in the car. And then we was going to bring it back to the rooms because we was going to play some cards. We was going to eat some sandwiches. We was going to go to the strip club and all that other shit. B had his slacks packed, his church shoes. I had on a little swag outfit packed up. We came back to that hotel room. All four of us was out like a light, man. I mean, we was fucked up. We was tired. I mean, I was tired because I didn't get no sleep from the time we drove from Maryland to Atlantic City, and I was so fucking tired. We all came in that room, and we was out. I don't think we woke up until, let me see, we got in the room. It was before 12. I don't think we woke up until around 8 o'clock that evening. Fixed us a sandwich and shit. And we was leaving that next day, so we went back to the casino and shit. But all the stuff that we had planned to do, we ain't do nothing. We ain't play the PlayStation. We ain't play the cards. We ain't go to the strip club. Because we ain't had no time and shit. Because Ant just wanted to go to, you know what I'm saying, enjoy his time at the casino. But that shit was so funny, man. We walked in that room and we carrying a microwave. We're carrying a cooler with wheels on it. It's food inside the cooler. The cooler is heavy as fuck. And we get inside the room and we see the fucking microwave and a small fridge. I'm like, who the fuck was supposed to check on the room to see if they had this shit inside here? But that shit was so funny. That shit was so funny, man. Trying to see what other stuff. Cause we had so many moments, man. We had so many moments. Yeah, man, but I love those guys, man. They yeah, man, that shit was funny, man. And it was like a brotherhood, man. All four of us, man. Just chilling, man. I haven't seen Ant or B in a while now. But I hope we get together, you know what I'm saying? And it was partially my fault, man, because, you know, the depression that I was dealing with, I was backing myself away from a lot of family and friends because the shit that I was going through, I didn't want to put on anybody else. Just had to figure a way. Oh, and my man Eric said you're gonna have to come to the house on the Christmas joint, man. You gotta see his crib, bro. You might not want to leave, but he sent you an invite to come to his house. Like I said, some of y'all watching on the Facebook side can't see what's going on the Twitch and the other side. But his parties are every December, you know what I'm saying, Christmas parties. And I'm telling you, it's man. The only thing I don't do at Eric's party is the oyster shots. Oyster shots. I can't do What is in that oyster shot again, Eric? But his buddies do that shit. But I can't do it. I can't do it. I can do a crab shot now. I can do a crab shot. I'll let you know. But yeah, man, his parties are off the hook. Last year, I got this suit from Marshalls, this Christmas Star Wars suit, and I took a picture of it, and his wife saw it, and she said, "Please wear that to the Christmas party." I was like, "Yeah, okay." But when she said that, I was like, "I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna step in this joint. I'm gonna kill him." Now, I was trying to find some Star Wars Chucks, couldn't find them in time. And my man Chuck went with me, and he had on this sweater, the suit jacket that lit up, and I had on the Star Wars jacket, the tie, the pants, and then I had my Darth Vader helmet, and then I had a lunchbox. So every year that we go, we bring something to Eric. So we brought him some Crown Royal, right? So what I did was, me and Chuck brought the Crown Royal, and I put the Crown Royal. I had this Star Wars lunch pail. So we get up there, get out the car, and the funniest thing is I had to stop past Target before I came to Eric's house, right? So I had the suit and all this shit on, and when I went inside Target, it's like, "Oh, I like your suit. Oh, I like your suit." I mean, I was just getting compliments all day on that shit. But, that shit was so funny. So when I get to Eric's house, I put on the mask, the Darth Vader mask. Let me see if y'all can see this. I don't want to take that shit out. But I had, that reminds me too. I had the lightsaber. The lunchbox, the Darth Vader helmet, and I walked in the joint, and I think Eric was still downstairs, but when I walked in, I'm looking out the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" You know what I'm saying? And then somebody said, "Oh, that's Eric's friend." They knew it had to be me. Man, I walked downstairs, and I had the helmet on, and I had all this shit on. And Eric, they was just lunching out, man. And we took pictures. Like I said, Eric had on the Redskin. I think he had on a Redskin sweater that lit it up. Chuck had on a suit that lit up, a suit jacket that lit up, and then I had on the entire. I wish I had a video, a photo to show it, but that shit was so funny. So I'm like, Eric, every year, man, just make your make your parties like an ugly sweater party or outrageous Christmas outfit. And then Shantae gonna say, no, Shantae mother, she looked at the pictures and she said, "What you celebrating, Christmas and Halloween?" Oh man, that shit was so funny, man. That shit was so funny. Oh man, but he's a good dude. Does any remember the 4-piece chicken and fries? Oh, yeah, I remember 3 wings and fries was Aunt said, "Does anybody remember 4-piece chicken and fries was $5.50?" I remember when that shit was like 2 something. I remember when the carryout had the best fucking chicken, dude. Oh my god. But I tried to stay away from carryouts. I don't know, somebody calling on the phone. I should have brought the phone in here. Hold on. Hold on. Hello. All right. All right. Y'all hold on for a minute. I gotta go downstairs and open up the door. I'm gonna let y'all listen to a track that we did a while ago. My man Ant is me, Ant, and Drew. Drew does the first two verses. Ant does the third, and I do the last one. But I gotta go open up the door real quick. I'll be right back. The song's called Crush It. I'll be right back.
We crush them. 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 We crush.
Who you say is better than me? The question I ask. I put my voice up on the track and make that shit go flat. Never will I change, I'm gonna remain the same. And you can call it what you want, I'm like a vet in this game. I've been doing this thing since I've been getting type of changes. Up there with the Mount High Club, exchanging faces. I'm all about my money, these honeys, they come and go. So give me my drinks and my smoke and I'm ready to roll. I'm yelling ho when I see them in the streets, they looking good. I got my game up and I'm playing for keeps. I gotta stay up and can't nobody hold me down, cause this is a man's world. Rest in peace to James Brown. Yeah, that's right. Who am I, nigga? We O.L.
We crush
We O.L. Who you say your name is? I think I forgot. You claiming something that you now done thinking that your spot is hot. I come around and drop a load and show you how I roll, cause life is too short to be portrayed as an asshole. You got me twisted if you thinking I'ma change up. You better go ahead before this whole game get blazed up. Don't sleep on the sides, I'm pulling heavy like a Chevy. If your crew wanted to, they can get it. I ain't saying G. I got a lot to offer, put that on my C-Mo. And if you can't stand the heat, move, cause I'm about to blow.
We crush them. 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 We crush. We crush them. We crush them. We crush. We crush them. We crush them. We crush them. We crush.
We do it all so well.
Suited up when I'm mad, like rhyming in the studio. MikeC me to crush this song like it was bad. I'm on pitch with this class, running based upon mass. The outer limit, show them boys, ripping it like it's jazz. Titanic 6 bags, Cadillac, rolls of cash. Cold crushing hard like dollars, the president class. Like money spent, I crush, I'm a hustler. Caught side off glass, spoil your rhyme that gets busted. Rolling like Serena, I got the U.S. Open. Sean Taylor should have lived through these guns of hard hope. Like business around the clock, on the streets like coke. I crush it, unlike a wild winning candidate votes. Catholics and mass cabinet pope. I'm tagging at the folks, killing with the beat, with the words that I spoke. Represent, you know, the outer limits. We show crushing, kept that in cups of liquor. So we be screaming, oh, let's believe it.
Let the beast loose. Just when I'm off the chain, I'm like that pit bull in when animals attack too. Break the leash, just release. I made from that old school model, no justice, no peace. And I'm the leader of the pack, and it's a guarantee that I can give you what you want and anything you ever need. 500 degrees, too much for the human eyes to see. And if you can't stand the heat, drop the mic and take the back seat. A new sheriff in town. And if you don't follow the rules, then you subject to get laid down. I wear that royal crown. That means I rule my kingdom. I got the last say, don't like it, go that way. Hit the brakes, took the shit, thumbs up on the highway. You ain't no pimp, tiny shit. That's what your old lady say. Took on the booster, now I gotta scream in my name. Roll the dice mode. Made it fame. You graduated to the big leagues. You hear 3 gunshots, I think that you best to leave quickly. A bad attitude and a short fuse. Don't let your family or friends get some bad news. Don't like to repeat myself.
And that was Crush It by the Outer Limits. Like I said, the first 2 verses were my man R.I.P. My man Drew. Then Ant came in there, the 3rd verse, and I was the last verse with Let the Beast Loose. Because when I'm off that chain, I'm like that pit bull in when animals attack too. So that was me. That was the last cut that we made as a group when Drew was still alive. So rest in peace to him. I think what I'm going to do is we have a lot of unheard music, and that's what I want you to do, Ant. Let's try to link up, and let's do a stream where we can let everybody hear these tracks that we heard, because a lot of the people that watch the show, you know, I tell them, you know, I was a performer, but I don't other than when I do that We'll Be Back screen. That's the only audio that I have of some of the work that we did. But I got all of our songs on a hard drive. I need to find it. It's in here somewhere. But one day I'll do a stream and I'll let y'all listen to all the, some of the stuff isn't mastered, but I'll let you listen to all the cuts that we had. Some of the stuff, some of my solo stuff, and some of the stuff that we did as a group. And yeah, we'll do that another day. And get with me. Yeah, we can go over each track that we do. We can go over the inspiration for the track, and maybe we can remember some of the stuff that we did in the studio. There was this one track that it was the only track that B was on, and like I said, B wasn't he was part of the group, but he wasn't on the rapping side of the group. He was just in the group because he was like I would call him something like our role manager, because he just handled things in a better way than what we could do. You know what I'm saying? So, but he was real supportive of it. And there's this song called "Girl, You're All I Need." Like, girl, you're all I need. Girl, you're all I need. What's that the name of that cut? Girl, you're all something. What was the name of that joint, Ant? Oh no, all I need is all I need is you. All I need is you. Yeah. All I need is you. And rap, B was on that joint, and he had skills, man. He was like, so yeah, we're gonna let y'all hear that cut, man. But we had fun times recording them joints. We went far. I think the first time I heard myself on the radio, I was like lit, man. And we ain't even use that terminology back then, but this is when Land Over Mall was still in existence, and this is before Ant and B and Drew, and we had our tape in. I'll tell you how long ago that was. We had our tape in Waxy Maxis, and we also had our tapes inside of this store inside of PG Community College. And from the east to the west, I think that's the first cut that we heard on the radio. And that joint was tight, man. It was so exciting hearing some of the work that Keith and I did to get to the radio. And from there, let me see. I got a video of this song called Phone Sex. It happened way back in the day. And this is when RP55 was still out. That was on Marlboro Pike and DDTP. So when we did the video, I think it was this is before this is back in the day before the new version of Outer Limits was, and I think Keith had got something with that. He had got a sponsorship with DDTP and RP55, and my sister knew this DJ dude, and they had this it was this club downtown called the House of Secrets. The joint was tight. It was a house that was converted into a club. The dance floor was downstairs. They had a card table on the second floor, and third floor It was like decked out, and then the balcony was decked out. The basement was, the joint was tight, man. It was one of those row houses in DC, but they converted it into a club. And I still have that video. I still have I haven't edited any of it yet, but the guy Ron that recorded the video, because we only had one video that we did. It never got finished, and like years later, he was stumbling, cleaning out some stuff, and he found the raw files of the video. So he gave them to Mike, and then Mike gave them to me, since, you know what I'm saying, since I do the editing thing now. So I'm gonna edit that video, and it's probably gonna come out on the Gamer Show, so y'all can see what we did back in the day. But the song is called Phone Sex, and that was the first song that we ever wrote. Keith and I wrote, and we actually had, on one of the cuts, we actually had Tanya Blunt singing the hook line on that, and that's before Tanya Blunt blew up. Keith's cousin Bruno, actually, he went to California, but he's back now. I ran into him last year sometime, but he was the one that actually produced the cut, and he put Tanya Blunt on it. And that's actually, Tanya Blunt is on the, well, I gotta edit the video, but that's her singing the hook on Phone Sex. Call me on the line, I give you phone sex anytime. That's Tanya Blunt singing that. But yo, man, that shit was wild, man. We was up and coming, but we, for some reason, you know, not all rappers make it to the big scene, but we just, sometimes you don't get there, and we just branched off to doing other things. You know, I was fortunately working at 1080. That was WPGC other side. They 1980 was a radio station that WPGC had, and it had Steph Lover. What else? Two other people I can't remember. But that's how I met them. So I would see the innards of a lot of shit when people would bring demo tapes up to the radio station. A lot of them, if you didn't have that dress well, they would throw that shit in the trash. A lot of people would like record over some Al Green tapes and be like, "Hey, here's my demo. Won't you listen to it?" Motherfuckers would just throw that shit in the trash, man. I mean, I witnessed that firsthand. But yeah, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get with Ant and Summertime. That was also a track that Keith and I had made, and then we revised it when I linked up with Ant and B. Summertime, East to the West. I can't remember what the other joints was, but we had a nice following, man. But shit happens. But I don't know when that stream would take place. Maybe week after next. Well, it's whenever me and Ant can get together. But I'm gonna let y'all hear some unreleased tracks that we did to get another following. But I know Coco's sister Keish, I seen something on YouTube where she was on a radio station, but Coco's sister, she got bars too, man. She got bars. Happy birthday, Coco. Yeah, she got hella bars too, man. Yeah. And she don't look like it. Like, Keish looks timid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't expect the lyrics to come out of her mouth like that. Like, if you met Keish, you wouldn't even think that she rap. And then, like, if you heard some of her shit, like, I've only heard a little bit of it, but she got bars, man. She got bars. Hey. But anything else somebody wants to get off their chest. And I'm going to change that graphic. I'm going to change that graphic. I got to. But, yo, anything anybody else want to get off their chest? Oh, we was talking. I'm sorry. We was talking about the chicken wings. Man, there was this carry out, and then Eric said, "Nah, bro, never used to eat at Eddie Leonard's subs." Oh, I'm sorry. You ever used to eat at Eddie Leonard's? Yeah, I ate at all them joints, man. I ate at all them joints, but I tried to stay away from the carry out, and the only thing I trust from the carry out is wings. That's it. I mean, if you African American, you know wings. You know, whether they be them fucking pigeon wings or them steroid, like, I know this chicken that they killed could beat my ass type wings. That's the only thing I trust from the carry out. Other than that, I stay away, because those subs, I'm really not a beef eater. I'm not really a beef fan, other than an occasional hamburger every now and then. But I don't remember Murray's steaks looking like that shit that they cook inside of the carryout. Oh, Murray's. Everybody remember Murray's and shit. Why the fuck did they take Murray's away, man? You know, Murray's was the shit. I don't know if people outside of the DMV, if they know anything about Murray's, but Murray's was the shit, bruh. The motherfucking, the Steakums, man. If you spent the night over a motherfucker house and their parents went to Murray's, that was the best fucking sleepover that you ever had, man. Them sausages, the fucking hamburgers, man. My man Tony, his this was when I was in high school, but I used to go over to their house all the time, and she would always have, his wife would always have the Murray hamburgers. And man, you don't know how many times she used to feed us like shit. But Tony was an older cat. He was about the same age as Keith. And when I met Keith, he was like maybe 2 years out of high school. Yeah, he was like 2 years out of high school, and that was about the same. Oh yeah, them half smokes, man. You'll slap the shit out of somebody if you went inside the Murray's and they took the last ham smoke. You'd be like, man, motherfuckers used to get in the fight over them joints, man. Murray's wasn't no fucking joke. Why the fuck did they take Murray's away, man? That was, oh my God, man. That was before Walmart and all that other shit and Price Right, and you went to Murray's and you got your, man, I'm getting hungry just thinking about that shit. I'm hungry now. God damn. Motherfucking steak and cheese to half smokes. Man. Damn. I'm hungry as shit. Yeah, think about it. Damn. The fuck is downstairs eating? Yep. They don't have shit like they used to, man. I remember you could get motherfucking carry out fries. The motherfucker was 79 cents for a big ass thing of fries, man. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Now I always get these confused. It's either I lived in Palmer Park and I lived in Seat Pleasant. But whichever one had the Sugar Ray Leonard Boxing Center is, there was this carryout that was in that shopping center. I forgot what it was called, but it was like the best carryout in the fucking world. Salt and pepper. Damn, I'm hungry. Salt and pepper and ketchup on the motherfuckers, man. And wings, like 3 wings and rice was like, I think that shit was $1.50. $1.50, man, for 3 wings and rice. Cause I know when I remember 3 wings and rice was $2.50. But when I was a kid, I remember the motherfuckers was like $1.50. Yep. And where is it? Where is it? Palmer Park or Seat Pleasant? Which one has the Sugar Ray Leonard? Oh, it's Palmer Park. So let me tell you about when I used to live in Palmer Park, man. So Palmer Park, y'all know it's over there by where the police station is now, right? But Palmer Park, there was nothing for you to do after 7 o'clock around there because the carryouts didn't stay open like to 12 o'clock like they do now, right? So when I used to live in Palmer Park, after 8 o'clock, it wasn't shit that you could do. Only thing that you could do is just hang around the neighborhood and shit. The 7-Eleven, I think there was only one 7-Eleven over there by Harmony Cemetery, but that was a hike to go from Palmer Park to that cemetery. And what you had to deal with the motherfuckers from Bellhaven. And I don't know why it was, but like the dudes from Bellhaven, they didn't want nobody from Palmer Park like cutting through there. There was a gate that separated, like if you come off Allendale, and you go on that main street where the police station is, right? So you can make a right and you can go towards 202, or you can make a left and you can go towards, like, you want to go to Harmony Cemetery, right? But if you made that left, there was a cut in the gate. And these niggas used to want to beat motherfuckers up because you cutting through the gate and shit like that. But living over that joint, that shit was so fucking boring because you ain't have nothing to do past 7 o'clock. Like, where I live now, I gotta have all my shit done before I get home because there's nothing down here. Nothing but big ass spiders and crickets. That's all that's down here, bro. And I gotta do all my shit and play the Waldorf before I come home because there's no 7-Elevens. There's a couple of like fast food joints that I don't really fuck with, but I mean it's quiet as shit down here. I ain't gotta worry about no neighbors and no fucking kids and all that other shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like it made me think of Palmer Park. Like there was nothing to do after 7 o'clock. If you ain't get all your candies and your chips and your sodas and shit like that, you was fucked. You better had some Kool-Aid in the house or sugar water or mayonnaise sandwich. You had to have something because I thought you couldn't go nowhere. Especially the age I was, I didn't have any friends that had cars and shit. I was still in, what was I in? Elementary school. Elementary. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay. So I'll tell you the reason why the Florida move, right? There are 2 particular reasons why I chose Florida. One is because I want to take the Gamer Show to another height, right? And being in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, this is more of a political town, right? So this is a great place if you to come if you want to run for some type of governmental position. If you want to be in that type of area, right? Me, I have no interest in that. And there's not a lot to do around here. Now, for those who don't know, you know, Mike and I keep saying the Gamer Show. The Gamer Show is where Mike and we host like reviews and unboxings and shit like that. So it's just a regular YouTube show. And it graduated from just games to life, everyday life. And so wanted to take the show to different a different way, right? More topics, more things to talk about. So when I looked into moving the show, I was looking at entertainment capitals, right? So New York, Georgia, because Georgia is now becoming like the new Hollywood. California or Florida. Now, I've been to all of these places. I've been to Florida. I've been to Georgia. I've been to, well, I haven't been to California, but I've been to Vegas a couple of months ago, and Florida. So I go to Florida every year. I used to go twice a year, but now it's just once a year. And out of all four of those, came up with Florida, right? New York is more of the music, right? If you want to get into the music industry, but I'm, you know, I don't want to do that. California, if you want to go out there and get your act on, okay, that's a possibility, because I'm trying to pursue a career as late as it is now. Trying to pursue a career in acting, right? So I'm trying to get my feet wet. So I wanted to do like a zombie and The Walking Dead or something. So that's why I was like Georgia. And I've been in contacts with talent agencies, and I finally got through to somebody, and they were like, well, to be one of those zombies, you gotta know how to put contacts in your eyes, because your eyes got to be hazy if they're going to do a close-up shot of you. But if they're not, then you don't need to have those contacts in your eyes and shit like that. So to get a stand-in role in The Walking Dead, it's filmed in Georgia. So Georgia was one of the places that was considering. Not only with that, then the only reason why I didn't want to do Georgia is because Georgia, it only has that small Hollywood feel. So now I'm thinking of Florida. Florida has all the amenities of everything. It has the music scene. It has the acting scene. Well, you know, from Tampa to Georgia, not that far of a trip. Okay. A day's drive, 8 hours, to where they film at. Then you have the Bahamas. Then you have the theme parks. Then you have all the other type of entertainment stuff. You can live in Florida all your life and not even do half the shit that there is to do. So I'm thinking Florida would be a best place. Sunshine year round. When I'm in Florida, you see I'm like sniffling now. When I'm in Florida, as I told you, I have insomnia. But when I'm in Florida, if I'm not doing anything by 8 o'clock, I'm out. And that's because the air is so pure down there. So that's one of the reasons. And then just a fresh start, man. Just a fresh start to get away from the DMV. And then it's just so much stuff to talk about. Now, when we do filler shows, we don't always talk about games. We talk about like different topics and stuff like that. And then moving to Florida, we can. There's so much stuff down there to talk about that a lot of cats that have YouTube shows that they're not doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just do a gaming channel, that's all that they're doing. But when we do our show, we're talking about video games, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about everyday life, and we can go to places and we can do reviews and stuff. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of stuff to do in Florida. And the reason why I say my health, what's up with you, man? There you go. Oh, you be welcome to come down that joint, Eric. But yeah, that's the reason for the trip to move it to Florida. If you're just joining us, man, it's just some stuff to getting off the chest. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate everybody that's come in to the stream. But let's talk about this food. Now I'm getting fucking hungry. All right. Want to say a big shout out to everybody that came in. My man Ant, my man Eric, Miss Josie, Coco, Renee. I appreciate, love all y'all for coming in, showing your man some love. And let me see, before I go, as soon as possible, Eric. I'm trying to, as soon as possible. I could definitely, every time I talked about doing a move to Florida, I've always said like 2 years, because I was just trying to give enough time for me to stack up the bread that I need to do the move. And then it has always been, I don't want to move down there and then have to search for something else. But the company that I'm with right now is worldwide. So before I joined the company, I was like, well, I got plans to move to Florida. And it was like, yeah, you got positions down there. So getting good with the company, and I don't have to go down there and like, oh man, I need to find some shit. You know what I'm saying? My goal, this is what's going to happen. So before I move to Florida, this is a sign where you'll see, okay, he's about to move, right? I'm gonna treat myself. I have to get another whip, right? So I'm gonna treat myself, and what I'm gonna treat myself to is a slingshot, right? So I ideally didn't like the slingshot. That's the car that's a motorcycle. It's 2 wheels in the front, 1 in the back. What I really wanted was the T-Rex. It's a smaller version of the of that, but I'm planning on getting my my slingshot sometime in the summer, right? So after I get that, that's going to be a clear indication that I'm not too far from moving to Florida, right? So I just got a certain plan to do that. Then what I'm going to do is buy a U-Haul truck, and I'm going to turn it into a production truck. So I'm going to put the graphics of the gaming show on it. It's going to have Mike and I on it, and then that's going to be like mobile advertising. Also, that's going to be something that we use to pack up to move down, because I got to see how much is it going to cost to do a one-way trip for U-Haul. Now, I'm not putting too much stuff in this house, because I don't want to have a lot of stuff to move. The biggest things that I have to move right now is my 2 motorcycles, that slingshot, and some furniture, recording equipment, all that shit that's in the shed, my tools. So I'm thinking if I got like a 26-footer, I'll be good. But that's when you can see that I'm halfway there. Once I get that slingshot, because like I said, I'm gonna treat myself. You know what I'm saying? But get that, and then get that truck, and that's gonna be past the halfway mark. You know what I'm saying? When I go, I guess Eric, yeah, Mike is. So I guess we're going to Florida in September. I'll let you know the actual date. But I know when I go down there, I'm really going to start looking for either rental property or buying something down there. And I was looking at Jacksonville, but since they got hit with that flood, I'm looking more inland, like Tampa. Cause a friend of mine, he lives down there, and when that hurricane hit, I always call him like, "You all right?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on down there? Did y'all get hit? It was like, yeah, they get hit, but they don't get hit as much as people like in Miami or Jacksonville, Savannah, stuff like that. They're more inland, so they got more stuff to shield them from the hurricane. So I'm like, okay, I gotta find something in Tampa. So I got some goals, and I got a plan to do that. And with the job that I'm at now, I can finally execute that. So it won't be too long, but I say less than 4 years, maybe 2. So I just want to have enough bread to stack up, so when I get down there, we straight. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm gonna do. But I thank everybody for coming through. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream because we was talking about a lot of shit in this stream, but we got to start talking about carryouts and French fries and subs and shit. And now I'm motherfucker hungry. I'm hungry as shit now. I gotta go get something to eat. Hey man, Lily Edward, man, Renee, I forgot to shout out my man Lily. Yo man, I appreciate everybody that came in on the YouTube side, Twitch side, Periscope, Mixer, and on the Facebook side. Simul streaming to 5 different channels. So I appreciate everybody that came through, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, and I will see y'all. Hold up. I will see y'all again soon. Probably won't stream tomorrow because we got to do the game show. Got to record that. So it'll probably be next week sometime. But I appreciate everybody coming in here. And I used to do a series like who's on my shit list. That was throughout the week. But it's the same thing. Get the shit off my chest. Who's on my shit list. That it all combines to one thing. But hey man, I appreciate everybody coming through watching. Big ups to my man Quest. Big ups to my man Mark. Big ups to Dunn, Byron, Eric, Coco, Renee, Anthony, Miss Josie. Happy birthday, Coco. I know you're living your best life right now. I ain't mad at you. And again, I appreciate everybody for coming through. Y'all be good until the next time. Please remember to subscribe to the Gamer Show's YouTube channel. Hey, what's up, Ty? I don't know if you... Hey, be interested in teaching me how to edit. I don't know if you... Yeah. Hold up. Hold on. Oh, you watching now? Oh, yeah. Sure, Ty. Hold on, Coco, because I see you calling. Hold on. Yeah, Ty, you came to the end of the jump. Yeah, I do that. Hold up, let me pause this. So, let me see. All right, so yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that, man. You just have to come over to the crib, and I edit on Final Cut. I don't know too much about Premiere and After Effects and stuff like that, so I use Motion and Final Cut. So if you want to know how to edit, it's an easy thing, bro. It's an easy thing. So, but yeah, I wouldn't just set up a time with me, man. This new joint got me we can set up a time and I go over it with you to teach you how to do some edits and stuff like that. As far as the stuff that I know, I'm gonna hit you back after the stream over with Coca. No, I gotta get me something to eat, man. I'm hungry as a motherfucker right now. But yeah, I'll teach you that. But yo, yeah, I was just about to end the stream when you came in, Ty. I've been doing this for maybe an hour or two. Damn. Time shows flies when you're having fun. But again, I appreciate everybody that came through. My man Ty, Miss Josie, Coco, Eric, Byron, Joseph, Mr. Hawkins, Eric, Ant, everybody that came in and showed me some love, man. We're gonna try to do this a weekly series, and what's gonna happen, man, I'll just keep this getting off my chest, and if anybody want to call in, you probably have to call in through Facebook Live, so I'll have that set up where somebody can call in. And if you don't mind being on air on the stream, you can voice what you're trying to get off your chest. And we're gonna do it. Let's try to make this segment popular. Let's get it popular, man. Let's get as many people in here. I know a lot of you people that may watch this, or you may know a lot of people that are frustrated and you want to get some shit off your chest, man. Let us be a listening ear for that. But yo, I'm about to go because that chicken wing talk and that french fry talk done got a motherfucker hungry, man. Hey, you hear me? So I'm about to go get me something to eat, man. Y'all take it easy until the next time. Yeah, go. I don't have no clothes and shit, but yeah, bro. Let me get the fuck up out of here. All right, y'all be easy.